Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of this show. We're going to go ahead and jump right into the announcements, which are very quick, as always. Follow us on the socials, Patreon, Discord, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, and Instagram. And be sure to catch Rhyme on Wednesday and Find Out on Sunday. Those are the announcements. Everyone ready to jump in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
but go ahead.
Okay, cool. Previously on Emoris, the Silver Goats had traveled to meet with Councilman Urzog Dul in Half-orc. Using your final use of the rock whistle and watching it crumble to dust, you spoke with Duel and agreed to escort him to the bake of Lake Ajal, where he believed another orb may lay. Joining him would be Lady Kaifine of the Council of Sand, similar to him, and the monarch, Rugger Yator. And the following morning, you were teleported to the edge of the water, where Thyra cast some water-breathing spell, and dove in pretty much head first. You walked along the base of this lake for about an hour, trudging through undergrowth and murky, dank, kind of nasty water until you found a settlement at the base of the lake of these merfolk type people called Mero that had been based around a large stone platform. Quickly figuring out that that platform was a door, you discovered a way to open it in saying the name of the Watcher of Air, Elathra, and you descended into an underwater dungeon. Finding a central fountain that did not run with water, and 4 corridors that each seemingly ended in an unlit magical brazier, you lit one of them before heading to the next, finding that it had been blocked by a hidden wall and a number of black puddings that subsequently attacked the group. And after a hard-fought battle, Duel pulled the switch that was hidden underneath the broken altar and started to remove that section of hidden wall to reveal the next brazier underneath a script that none of you could read. And it is here that Lady Kaifine steps up to the now revealed room, sort of brushing her long, silver hair out of her face, settling her coat and this necklace that's quite thin and long and ends in this shell-like protrusion and putting it back underneath her clothes. Straightening herself up, walks up to the script and reads it aloud. It reads as follows. I am the first of all. What gods incept with, what time starts with, and what stories commence with. I am the father of watchers, of men, and of beasts. I am the origin of everything. What am I? And I will post it in the Roll20
Thank you.
for everyone to see when I figure out which tab is Roll20. There it is. And as she reads the script aloud, those of you who are paying close attention to the brazier will notice that there is a small gem sitting just underneath of the sort of outcropping where the fire normally catches on the stand of it. This small protruding gem that sort of starts to glow ever faintly and just stays there. What would you like to do?
We're not touching that gem, right? I feel like we shouldn't do that.
I have a sinking feeling that we're supposed to put our hand on the gem as we say the word that we think the riddle is. Does it look like it sank into the wall? Is it affixed to anything, or is it just sitting there?
The gem is affixed to the brazier, and the brazier is stationary, standing out of the ground. So it's not affixed to any of the walls, but the gem is sort of protruding out of the central shaft of the brazier. And it started to glow and then stayed there after she read the words aloud.
Yeah, I have a feeling that's what we're supposed to do.
I feel like it might be a little bit of an easy answer if we're looking to answer this riddle, but maybe it's the beginning.
That's what I was thinking as well.
But that can't be it, right? Because it's too easy.
I mean, there's one way to find out. Unless anybody has any other ideas. I mean, we can try this. I'll volunteer myself again, just for the hell of it.
Sure. I mean, can't think of anything off the top of my head. I'll move way the fuck over there.
How hurt is everybody looking right now?
Bad.
Okay. All right.
Fantastic.
12 out of 64.
So before we do this, though, just in case it is another trap, how about we take some time to catch our breath and rest a little bit while we're here?
Is that okay with you, Duel? We got time, right?
Duel, so straightening himself up, and you can see his robes have taken some damage, as previously stated, but are not falling off currently. And he is a little irked by the whole, encounter with the puddings and his now disheveled state. Again, straightens himself up a little bit and is visibly irritated, but says, "Long as we don't spend too much time, it's fine. I could do with a rest anyway."
All right.
Right?
All right.
Yeah.
And then maybe, that gives us some time to think about what the answer might be.
Sure.
Aye,
We'll
indeed.
sit around and talk about it. So what do you think it is, Dill?
Duel gives it some thought and reads it aloud again. Just mostly to himself, but you all hear it being in such close proximity.
Mhm.
Hard to say. I think that the line about watchers, men, and beasts is unusual. Do the watchers even have a father? Men always have fathers, and so do beasts. So it confuses me.
Oh, and I think that's kind of where Wade and I were thinking, is that the Watchers may very well not have a father, but
Nothing.
there was...
No, copy that. No, you're right. Sorry. I said, like, nothing fits. What does time start with? Nothing. All right. But what is the father of men and beasts or something? The first of all, before things were, there's nothing. So it's
So
a
it
dumb
could-
idea, and I keep talking about it.
It could be nothing then.
Could be, but not. But it's not the father of men and beasts.
It
You
was
said-
my impression that the world was created by the gods.
Well, what was before the world and the gods? There was nothing before that. It had.
Right, of course. So is
But
it a
then-
god?
It could be. What's the father of men and beasts? Wouldn't be nothing though.
Depends on your religion.
Yeah. Well, could be nothing. That's one option.
I am happy to go with whatever you think is best. The beginning sounds like an interesting thought, but you'll be saying it, not me.
Excuse me. That is true. A good boy like and we sign it.
What if it's something like inspiration? Like the gods, they incept because they got inspired. I don't know.
Again, the
How does
stories.
that make sense with time, though?
I don't know. Maybe.
How does time need inspiration for it to
Well,
start?
it does fit for what is God incept with and what is what stories commence with.
Yeah.
So beginning starts with something, but it's not the father of men and beasts. Nothing works, but again, not the father of men and beasts, and also inspiration works, not with time. So we have three answers that work for half the riddle.
I'm gonna drop my bear form.
Fire's bad
And
form drop.
probably at this point, yeah, my aura is probably going to.
Put you right there still. And your aura fades.
You're really good at these, Free.
You guys know
Okay.
you guys know that time is a concept. It wasn't always a thing.
Maybe it's just the passage of things.
Like, yes, the sun sets and the sun rises, but the idea of time was not always a thing.
Well, a time was always real. It's just that the way we measure it is arbitrary. Yeah. But things happen. That's what time is. It's change.
I thought it was how many times we rotated around. Sun.
That's how we measure time. It's not what time is.
Right.
And every story had a creator. Everything had a creator, no matter what religion you believe in, whether that creator was nature, a person, or something else.
Creator works. It's the
There's
father of
always a
waters.
creator. Someone
Mandy,
created the
ordinary
concept
thing.
of time, created the first story. I don't know.
That
But
fits.
do we have a
Grandiose,
name
but-
for like the creator of everything?
Is there a god above all?
So everyone go ahead and make a history check for me.
You got it.
14.
16.
18.
Izzy, what'd you get?
So 17. I hope that came out. I'm using a different thing. Keep my tabs low.
That's
I
fine.
don't know if it rolled, but
He
17.
did. He got a
So, Free, Alakin, and Isabel, you primarily understand this more, and Wade and Thara, you've heard most of this, but not quite all. History in Emoris is not recorded before 0 PR. Everything pretty much started being recorded then. There are slight trickles of information from the years before, decades before, things like that. But before that, not much has ever been said. The main thing that's recorded in history books is that the world was created by the Pantheon, by all the gods that currently exist in the world. Together, they helped to form what is now called the planet Kivaret, and Emoris is a continent on that planet. History hasn't really had much of a say before that, and since then, things have just progressed in the way that you have learned them to. So the resounding theory, according to the books, is that the world and everything in it was created almost unanimously by the current Pantheon.
Okay. So stepping over a little bit from that, Equa,
Mm-hmm.
since I'm from a city that has a lot of elves in it, and elves live a long fucking time, did I hear any like childhood stories that were kind of just like either passed down or like from people that lived through all that stuff?
You probably would have heard some stories, much like everyone else, about some things at the start of the world. The year now, since you took over, is 1693, which would, in theory, mean that the world's only been around for 1700 years. Some people will have passed down stories in relatively good detail from early on in that timeline. Obviously, no one's been around for 1,000 years that you know,
Yeah,
or
obviously.
close to it. But none of the stories really differ from anything that you've learned.
Okay. I'm gonna attempt something. I don't know if it's gonna work. I don't even know if you'll let me, or if it's stupid. But I am going to, while we're taking this short rest, I'm going to kind of sit off in one of the darker corners, like of the room, and try and meditate, focus inwards on the Raven Queen, and ask her for any advice or just advice on what this riddle might be.
Make an intelligence check for me.
I can do that. That is a dirty 20.
You, in asking the deity doesn't know necessarily the answer to the riddle, or if she does, she's not giving it to you outright. You gather that some of the answers that you've thrown out may be on the right track, but it's difficult to say. You are conferring with a group of people here, so
Yeah.
You get the sense that the answers that you're throwing out are probably hitting some spaces that the riddle could allude to.
So, who created the Watchers?
I think the info that we got was names of gods or demigods like that had long faded. So I'm wondering, is there a one at top of the pantheon?
With your knowledge, there isn't one on top of the pantheon. There's no visible, there is no Zeus to the rest of the Olympians. But it is interesting
There's a Yahweh when you need one.
It is interesting that they say from a god long faded, but the history books don't recall a god long faded.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, now this is making no sense. It's confusing me more.
Yeah.
But if we are taking our short rest, Free will use Song of Rest, so if you use a hit dice, you get an extra D8.
If you will do the same, so everyone gets a D10 as well.
Damn!
We get
Okay.
D8, additional D8 and D10 for every hit dice we use, or just once?
Just
once.
Got it.
Oh, well. Right on the first one, I'll do it. I might not have needed the second one. We'll see.
So Duel's going to do the same. He's going to roll a D8 and a D10 for 4 points. Great. Good job, Duel. Fucking stupid.
Okay, why?
Oh, it's pretty bad.
Okay, that's not working. Well, okay, I guess I gotta do this manually.
Yeah.
You said it was a D8?
You get 1d8 and 1d10.
Yeah.
That's Duel with popped up.
So with the hit dice, you roll the number and then you add. Do you add the your con modifier at the end or for each roll?
For each roll of your own hit dice, for the d8 and the d10, that won't stack. So it's just 1d8 and 1d10.
No, I'm talking about for adding the HP for the con modifier.
Yeah, so yours will be 1d8 plus con, and then if you want to do another one, it'll be another d8 plus con.
Got it. Okay. Cool.
Ooh.
So, while this is happening,
I had to use one hit dice.
I did too.
You see, Duel sits at the altar and ponders for most of your short rest. The Monarch and Kaifin sort of go off on their own at the corner of the room and talk a little bit about it. You see, at one point, they're talking, and the Monarch just basically stands straight up and shouts out to the rest of the group, "It's thought! I figured it out!"
Well, I was thinking that too a little bit, but it's not, I don't think.
No? Why not?
Because like they said earlier, that you can't think time into existence.
You can't think someone pregnant.
Well, that does start with a thought, because you're like, I want to do the business.
No, but you can't. A little esoteric, I think, honestly.
I mean, when... Yeah, you can't think a baby, but you can conceive one. So maybe conception? Kind of like a thought?
Conceive of a
That
story,
actually makes a lot of sense.
Conceived of time. Conceive the Watchers, the origin of all things. You have to conceive. It fits all of them, yeah.
It
Conception
does.
makes a lot of sense.
If you want to get more specific, yeah.
So let's make an order of things that we're going to try. What's at number 1?
Conception.
Conception.
Conception, I honestly feel like is
A good one to start with.
probably the best that fits all of these the most.
Nothing, maybe. Yeah, I'd put that lower on the list.
I would indeed.
I say
Yeah.
beginning.
Beginning.
Beginning, I think, would be second.
The
Yeah.
pantheon, the gods, however you want to phrase it, if they consider themselves the start of everything in Emoris.
Oh, but the gods are in the riddle, though.
But that's what they
What gods
incept with.
incept-
So incepting
I
means
suppose,
to begin.
yeah.
So
Well, so out of character.
as themselves, I don't know.
Yeah. Out of character. Incept basically, I googled it, and incept basically means graduate with, correct, Equa? Is that more or less
Incept is the start of something.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's similar
It has
to
multiple meanings.
concept. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's similar. So, your short rest ticks on,
Mhm.
and at the end of it, you will regain your HP and any spell slots that you regain for people that regain spell slots, namely you, Isabel, and Duel's a wizard, so he gains his arcane recovery as well.
My spell's back,
Um,
and I'm 5 points away from max.
Half your wizard level. Great.
If you guys would like, I can say whatever words in whatever order we want to say them in.
Start with conception, I'd say.
I
Personally.
would indeed. Aye.
I think I can take a hit pretty well if it's trap or it's wrong.
And I
Okay, so what does the person saying the word have to
judging
touch
from what
the
happened,
what do they do here?
judging from the way that the Brazier reacted in the last room, more or less what I'm shot in the dark here, but I'm pretty sure this is how it's going to work, is you put your hand on the gem, and that basically triggers whatever magic is in the room, and then you say the word, and if it's correct, then whatever happens, happens, and if it's wrong, whatever happens, happens. But you have to be touching the gem the entire time, and that's what activates the magic in the room.
Alright. Well, we'll see if the theory holds up in a second.
Behind the pillar. Quick.
Good idea.
Oh,
Peeking around. Just-
what are you guys doing?
I guess I'm going to touch the gem we were told not to touch and say the word. What do we go with? Conception?
Conception, yeah.
So, since everyone else is backing up, the NPCs will do the same, just in case. I'll go right there. So you would be a little closer, you'd be slightly in the wall, but we'll ignore that for now. So Thyra, you touch the gem, and it is this kind of deep, cold, black gem. And as you touch it, it feels cold to the touch, but you feel in your physical connection something deeper there. And as you say the word conception, the temperature of the gem grows colder still, and there is a second of pause before you feel this faint crackling start to come from within it, as this sudden aura of jet black just begins to spread straight out of the gem and into the next room. I would like for Thyra, and only Thyra, to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Hey, theoretically, I should be good at these. 16.
You pass, and take no damage,
Nice.
but the brazier does not light.
Does the blackness fade?
The gentle crackling in the aura begins to settle down, and that gem sort of like disillusions for a second before that small glow starts to reappear, and it is back to the way that it was.
Alright, it wasn't that word. It's a
Are
little
you
cold.
alright?
Yeah, it was just a little cold.
Alright.
What was the next word?
Beginning.
And I will say the word beginning.
Okay.
My
Still
hand's
holding
still
on to
on
the gem
Mhm.
and still feeling that connection, you say the word the beginning. And you feel the temperature change again from within the gem. And this time, it gets hotter
Oh,
and
shit.
warmer,
Yes.
and the brazier
Oh, good.
alights in familiar orange flame.
We were right the first time. Damn it.
Oh my goodness. We
Yeah.
did you right the whole time. Good
You
job.
That
know-
was 10d6 necrotic damage that you just missed.
Ooh.
Holy shit.
I could have taken it.
You know, I felt like it was just too easy, and it couldn't have been that. But
Even if you would have rolled max damage, it wouldn't have killed me.
It would have fucking hurt.
Very good. As the NPCs start to come around from outside of the pillars and begin to re-emerge to look at the fire that's now in the lit brazier, Duel kind of stops for a second and questions. So, what is the beginning then? Do we think it's a creature?
Could just be the beginning of things.
I was gonna say it could be a creature. It could be a god. A
Could be
god
what
above
Reaver
gods.
Reset the timeline to 16, whatever year it is.
I don't think
Indeed.
anything could reset a timeline. Even that would be beyond the god's limit, and why would they want to do that?
I mean, you
Fun.
assume it would be beyond their limit. But
Maybe
not everybody shows their greatest powers.
I think we'll agree there are things outside the universe. Probably powerful enough just to hit the old reset button on a whim.
what if the beginning is a spark?
It could just be the beginning when
Yeah.
things started to become
Just
things.
the word.
Maybe I'm overthinking it. It just seems strange to me with the line about father. That's all.
Again, the idea of a creator of everything. Some people might believe that.
So
I suppose.
there is something to what you're saying, Duel. I'll give you that. But not for nothing. But I mean, there's terms for everything, and almost everything is given a gender for whichever reason. So it could be that the illustrator of this particular riddle believed that the beginning was an entity that was male. So, I mean, there's that. It could be that we're overthinking it. It could just be that it's a word that they thought was nice. But, I mean...
And also the Watchers started when they began to call themselves such.
Right. I'm probably overthinking it. Never mind.
Was it just the Brazier that was over there?
Yeah, it was just the brazier.
Back towards one of the other two rooms then?
I think next one was south. They're doing them like a clock,
Clock.
right?
I'm
Alright.
on one of the pillars. I'm going to use Druidcraft to inscribe beginning in Druidcraft. I don't care what pillar.
Okay.
Before we go out.
I think you have to wipe some of the ichor away that is still there. Strange, even though the black pudding is gone, there is still this residual, some kind of color ichor that resides on some of the pillars and some of the ceilings, some of the floor.
Before we leave the room, Tree is going to pull out a napkin that has 4 little snacks in it, and she's going to hand one to Thyra, to Wade, to Isabel, and offer one to the Monarch.
What does this do?
It will give you, I think, only 3 HP as a bonus action if you take a nom out of it.
You're not right the fuck now, kidding me?
How many gnomes can I?
It's
can I
just one.
nom out of the?
It's just one.
Oh.
Oh,
When
4
I need
hit points. 4 temporary hit points. Whenever you want, and it's bonus action to eat it.
No, moment now.
They
How long does
last
it last?
for hours.
The monarch does the same thing.
Yeah. How
He
long
just
do they?
scoffs it down.
How long's the temp last? Just until you use it?
Yeah, it doesn't have a time limit. The treats last for 8 hours, so I'm assuming that could be.
Yeah, we'll say 8.
I think.
Fine.
Yeah.
If everybody's eating theirs now, just pop it in my mouth.
Yeah, it's four
Is-
temporary hit points, just
Is it-
because things got messy.
Is anybody else running a little low minus the other goodie that Free just gave us?
What is that? I'm just a little sore, so skip me for any healing he's dishing out.
I'm full. I'm
Aye.
good.
I'm missing 2, but I didn't want to waste a hit dice on it.
I pull out 9 good berries. It'll fill you up for one.
All
Take us-
right.
If you can pass it to everyone else, but if I just need one.
There we go.
So, leaving this room and heading south, what is the marching order?
I'll
I'm going
go
first again.
Yeah, I'll go
Okay.
behind Elakian.
So, Elakian and Thyra.
We do still have that trap with a prestidigitation symbol on it, correct?
Well, so you go through the corridor, make a perception check for me.
Can I look for it too?
I think you did, 'cause I
Um,
rolled 10.
14.
Who's after Thyra?
I don't remember our order from before.
I think.
If you're doing the same order, I think I have it.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just do the same order then.
Nope, don't have it.
I think it was
It was probably
the
Isabel,
Monarch
right?
and Isabel.
Yeah, it was Monarch and Isabel,
Monarch
and
and
then
Isabel.
Bull and Free, and then Wade in the back.
Monarch and Izzy.
And Kaifin was,
Yeah,
I'm
Duel-
assuming, in the middle or back with us as well.
Duel went after Isabel because he's the caster and he's weak HP wise, so that's fine.
Yeah.
So Duel will do Duel, Free, Wade, Kaifin.
Yeah, I think that's what we did last time.
Okay, so Elakian, Thyra, roll me a d4.
This is
Ew.
never good. 3.
3. Isabel, roll me a d4.
Uh-oh. Oh, no.
Rolling. That's a 2.
Duel's gonna go. Free, roll me a d4.
Oh, no. What is happening? 3.
Wade, roll me a d4.
1. Shit.
Wade.
Yeah, of course.
As they go down this corridor, the first thing that people notice is that the mark on the trap is no longer there.
It's been an hour.
And it is very difficult to discern where the trap is. Elakian has a brief idea, and so you take good care to avoid that particular area. And everyone does so. And then you wait. With Kaifin behind you, feel your foot, and you look to your friends as they turn back to you, as there is a wall in front of you and a wall behind you that just slams straight upwards. You are now completely in the dark, except for your dark vision, only for the gentle sound of stone moving above you, and you look up and a gentle humming as this sphere of absolute blackness is above your head and coming straight down. You have an action. What do you do?
Die.
You have one
Dying
action
is
here,
free
Wade, before
action.
you start taking damage.
Yeah. Hold on. So I'm just trying to read really quick how long this takes to cast. It's 1 minute. Shit. Never mind. Yeah, die.
You don't do anything?
Alright, describe the scene to me again, then, I guess, because I don't think I
So-
can do anything.
As you begin walking, your foot hits the trapdoor, or the trap panel. There's a
Yep.
wall in front of you and a wall behind you that slam upwards and hitting the ceiling, so you're completely encased in a
Oh, okay.
stone box, essentially. You and Kaifin are there as well. And you look upwards, and a stone panel on the ceiling slides, and you look up. You, out of game, know what this is.
Yes, I know exactly what this is, which is why I said I'm dead.
Is there anything that you want to do?
Yeah.
You can just about hear your friends on the other side as well.
I am...
Do we have a reaction as well?
Yeah, all of you will have an action, but I want to let that
Okay.
way go first if he chooses to do anything.
Sorry, I'm just trying to find all my meta magics here.
How could we see how thick the stone walls were?
Hard to say. You guys weren't really looking, and you were the
Okay.
furthest away.
I need a ruling for you. Quicken spell.
Okay.
I can change the casting time of one action to one bonus action. Would that take a spell that takes a minute to cast and make it not a minute to cast? In your ruling?
Probably not. Which spell are you trying to do? Are you trying to do teleportation circle?
Yeah?
That would not work. That's a whole ritual thing where you've got to set up the space and the area to do so.
Okay. Shit. I don't have shit I can do.
I'd cut that down to 30 seconds, which you don't have.
Yep. Alright, so I guess I'll look at the... I don't have any spells for this. I will... Yeah, screw it. I'll say back up, and I fireball the wall in front of me.
Okay.
Oh
So,
god.
you say back up to Kaifin, who backs up about 1.5 feet towards the back wall that she's now pressed against. As you rub your hands together, finding that familiar spark, and as you find the small mote of fire, like, growing in between your fingers, that black orb is coming down awful quick.
Mm-hmm.
Make a dex save for me. She passes, surprisingly, but still takes damage.
Oh, and nat 20. Ooh.
So you both pass. Awesome. Go ahead and roll the damage for Fireball.
Yeah. Right.
I feel like lightning bolt would have been better.
Yeah, a little bit of a panic moment here. 34.
Oh, I know.
34. So 34 halved to 17. So you
17.
both take 17 points of damage.
Mm-hmm.
As Wade, you throw out the Fireball and it encompasses both of you, completely blackening the walls around you. They're already dark enough. The rest of you, turning around, you see the walls shoot upwards, and this faint, like... And the stone walls kind of budge outwards slightly, but do not cave.
Shit.
What are you all doing?
Casting shatter on the wall.
Okay, that is a non-magical object, so I can't really make a save on that because it's shatter.
And
Um,
since it's made out of like,
It has disadvantage on the saving throw.
oh yeah, no, you're right. You're right.
it's a wall, so I'll give it a saving throw.
I was
It's
like,
her too, because she's right against the wall.
It's fine.
I was hoping that like it would do extra damage, but that's not the effect it has. It's just constructs. Yeah. No, you're
So
right.
it's 21 thunder damage. Okay, you go ahead and throw out the.
Because I casted it at 4th level. Or no, did
Right,
it already
awesome.
include it?
No,
Oh,
it
it did.
did.
Never mind. 21.
Awesome. So let me do some math real quick.
Weird. It didn't put it separately. Huh.
Right.
I don't know why I
So
did.
55 points damage total. That wall now begins to crack, and you can feel some of the stone bits just start to sift off of it. It's still standing, but it's
Okay.
weaker.
Can we see into the stone, like inside of it?
You cannot. It's just complete stone.
Would I be able to get close enough to use mold earth to move the smaller bits that she shattered to try and
Would the-
open it up?
with where you are, you'd have to push past the Monarch, Izzy, and Duel to get there.
Oh no.
So, probably not.
Ooh.
So if anyone has anything ranged that they want to try, now's the time to do it.
Throw some Eldritch Blasts at it? Like, I don't know what I can do.
Sure, throw some Eldritch Blast at it, dude.
Oh, yeah, I'll throw 2 Eldritch Blasts at it. Do I roll for that?
Yep.
Okay. First roll is 17.
Yeah, that hits.
I assumed. A second roll is an 11.
Based on people being in front of you, that does not hit.
Fair enough. So I do. Great, 2 damage.
2 damage. Yeah. They impact. Meanwhile, inside Wade, you and Kaifin are starting to shrink down. Make a dex save for me.
Is Kaifin... Does
I've
she
still
get
got
an
my
action?
thing though, don't I?
She does. Kaifin has never seen this thing before. And she goes ahead and tries to cast a Dispel Magic on the orb. And it has no effect.
Do I not get
So-
my action equal?
Can only
Oh,
they
right.
see the orb?
Yeah, only they can see it. What is your action, Lakian?
I was gonna cast Sacred Flame at the wall.
I think I figured out what I'm gonna do.
Okay, go ahead and roll damage.
Okay.
'Cause that's not a... That's a save, right?
Yeah, that's 3 damage.
Okay. Yeah, it's still just not enough. So wait, with a 13, you just pass. You just make the thing. I'm trying to figure out if you take half damage here.
Well, if that thing touches me, I'm dead, if it's what I think. But, oh, I'm
It does
not
not.
dead. Like,
It does
if
not touch you yet. It begins to move down, and it's starting to get real close to you. But you begin to shrink down, and it's not quite touching you. You get one more action.
Can I take my action? I figured out what I'm gonna try and do.
Sure.
I'm gonna pull out some powdered iron, and I'm gonna blow it into the wind, and I'm going to try and cast reduce on the wall that I can see, so that they can
Okay.
climb over it.
Ooh.
Interesting. What is the area on reduce?
There's not an area.
It's just
It's
an
just a
object.
30-foot. Yeah, it's one creature or object.
Very
and-
inventive.
Wall is an object.
You go ahead and throw out the
Mhm.
iron powder and focus your energy on that wall, on that doorway that's now shifted upwards. And you can feel these faint glistens of magical energy sort of trickle down from it as the cracked stone just shrinks about 1.5 feet on each side and vertically as it sort of suspends in midair for a second before hitting down. I want both Free and Duel to make a dex save with disadvantage because there's nowhere really to go.
All right, you guys can run. Just
And
got about a minute.
10. So, Free, you take 6 points of bludgeoning damage as your toe gets caught underneath what is basically a foot-wide stone block that starts to shatter a little bit more. Duel surprisingly succeeds, so here it takes 3. And Wade, you now see your friends on the other side, and that orb is coming a lot closer.
Go,
What do you
go,
do?
go! I start crawling out of the room.
Like army crawl.
Yeah, essentially.
pull them out if she can reach them. If she has an action to do that, she will help.
Yeah, absolutely. So Free and Duel both grab the arms of the two casters that are currently being melded by a Sphere of Annihilation, yanking them out as it just passes through the floor, leaving nothing in its wake, and then sort of
Jesus.
shifting back underneath one of the walls as a new floor shifts over.
Equal, you're a dick. But I love it.
You're in a legendary dungeon.
I
You
know.
think there's
I
not
know.
going to be a Sphere of Annihilation here, bro? There's a Sphere of
It's
Annihilation here.
fine. It's fine. It's fine.
We're allowed to be mad.
You know what? You know what? After a minute, the wall turns into a wall again.
Great.
Yeah.
So, waiting a minute to catch your breath, and then the wall suddenly, whoop, not quite where it was before, as it's now horizontal instead of vertical,
Mm-hmm.
You've basically just made a slight platform on the ground. But it's there now.
At least you know where the trap is.
Thank
Right
you.
now,
Yep.
I'm
you.
glad I prepared that spell today. I almost didn't.
I don't know what that thing was, but that was scary as shit. Thank you so much, Thyra. Thank you, everyone. Sorry I
Not gonna lie.
fireballed you.
Didn't do a whole lot with that. I just sort of threw some things at it and the wall. I'm glad you're alive.
Me too.
So, catching your breath and retreating to the fountain room, you guys are heading southwards.
I think
Yes, to
so.
the south.
Yeah.
Yes.
South
Yes.
chamber, yeah.
Okay. Same marching order will go by.
hmm
With
I'm
Lake
looking for
in
traps
front.
again.
Okay, go ahead and make an investigation check for me.
That is a 13.
13. Great. Yeah, as you go ahead and go down this corridor, you see that this one splits into two off sections. The one on the right appears to go downward sloping and curves around, and on the left appears to go upward sloping and curves around. It is your choice which one you go down.
Can we hear anything from either direction?
Listening out, no sound is being made.
So what do we do here? Flip a coin? And there we go, whichever way.
One goes up, one goes down, right?
I
Well, I guess we can go the up way. See where that leads us. It's kind of a 50-50 chance here.
Sure.
indeed.
Can I look? Are
I was
there?
getting ready to say the same
Can I look
thing.
around? Are there markings on like the floor or the walls to like I don't know indicate
That's what I was getting ready to ask too.
foot traffic or like runes on the wall or something?
Yeah, make a survival check for me.
Can I do that
Theoretically, I should
to-
be good at those.
Can I do that to Equa?
Sure.
Okay. I cast guidance on myself too, just for the hell of it. That's not gonna matter. That's a natural 1.
23.
Neither of you see any tracks, footprints, runes, anything. It's smooth paved stone with slight cracks in it every now and then. And you guys have seen the odd corpse in here, but it's been like 2 or 3 and mostly devoured by black pudding, you would imagine.
Okay.
Like I said, there's nothing to indicate which way to go, so 50-50 chance. Might as well just go up for now. Can
Yeah.
always just turn around. Keep an eye
Yeah.
out for.
Also, is
So-
it like stairs or is it just a slope?
It's a slope.
Okay.
So you begin walking, and it doesn't take long to get where you need to go. It's about 30 odd seconds at an upward angle of about 45 degrees to get to where you need to be. And Lake and you and Thyra begin to see it first as you two are in the lead. At the end of the corridor, there is just a flat wall. And in this wall, you see this large, almost open tube made of this kind of metal. Impossible to delineate what metal it could be, considering there is no light in here. And there is a symbol situated above the hole, and this almost strange rune-like carving of 4 bars stacked above each other. I'd like both of you to go ahead and make it Arcana checks for me.
I'm gonna do guidance again.
15.
That's a 24 plus 3, so it's a 27 total.
So you, Alakian, immediately recognize the symbol from your studying of magic back in Affluent Affairs when you first met the goats. This is the symbol for conjuration magic.
Cool.
Conjuration spell.
Like is so that's just that symbol.
It's
Like
just that
entire
symbol.
thing. That entire thing that's on the wall is that symbol.
It's
Or-
like there's this hole, and then there's the conjuration symbol, and then there are these 4 almost like horizontal bars above it that are just sort of inlaid into the stone.
Okay. But it's just like metal bars or
They're just like almost indentations that resemble
Okay.
bars. They go from wall to wall, and they just sit there in the stone.
So what exactly does conjuration do, Alakian?
Give me a second because Esprit doesn't quite remember exactly.
I'll tell you, conjuration is a school of
Go for it.
magic. It does such things as bring things into your surrounding area. So, like conjure less demons, I think Isabel had was a conjuration spell,
Conjure
and it can
animals.
also be used for teleportation, things like that.
Moving
Anything-
stuff.
Anything that moves or summons something or creates something.
Do the rest of us, have they told us about the symbol and what they think it means? Or
Yeah.
what it
Yeah, I would have
means?
said as soon as I would have said it, I would have said it out loud.
Do you think that means 4th level? Or at least 4 levels worth of spells?
I would say probably 4 levels worth of spell as I
Is it the symbol 4 times, or is it just that?
it's the
Those-
symbol once and then there's 4 bars.
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically go from wall to wall, correct? You said Equa?
Is
Okay.
there any of that writing around that's been in the other rooms?
Not to your recollection.
No, is there anything there anything here that
Yeah, is
they're
there anything
writing?
Yeah,
in
there's,
writing?
there's nothing that's
Okay.
popping up. It's just that symbol and the 4 bars.
Do you think we should check to see if there's another symbol on the other one that matches?
It's exactly what I was going to say. So let's backtrack and go down, I suppose, shall we?
Okay. So you guys basically flip around, and the marching order is now reversed,
Mm-hmm.
and you begin to go down the corridor. And this one it's less time to get down because you're on a decline. And at the bottom of this, the first thing that you notice is at the base of the tunnel, and sort of set off about 10 feet down, is this kind of extra downward slope, and you peer down it, and there is this very prominent and wide pit filled with jagged metal spikes that just sort of rest there, unmoving, it's in the open, and you can see it, and you can very easily avoid it. As you come in and turn away from that, you appear to be in this cylindrical chamber that is 10 feet in radius, 20 feet diameter, and in the center of it is this large glass tube with metal at the bottom and metal at the top, with these vents that come out and go into the walls. And in the center of the glass, sitting upright, is another single brazier.
There's a tube that goes up. And
There
then
are several
out
tubes
walls,
that go
or-
up. If you look upwards, you can see kind of one thicker one, which does go upwards and out,
Mhm.
and you would wager probably would go to some place at or very similar to the symbol that you were just at.
Is there anything on the walls in here?
Make an investigation check.
Guidance again, because fuck it. That's probably not going to help much, but I don't know. It's a 16 total, thanks to my guidance.
16. There are no runes or markings on the wall at all.
Mhm.
The one thing that you do see is that at the base of the glass tube where the metal is, there appears to be one sort of sigil that is currently unlit.
Does the sigil look familiar?
Make an Arcana check.
Can't just keep the one I had before. A 24.
24. The symbol is somewhat familiar. Part of the sigil indicates this is a transmutation something, but it's impossible to tell what the actual effect is.
Got it.
So do you think we have to cast spells into this tubular thing?
I think we have to go back to that room up above and use conjuration magic into that metal tube, which will then light up the bars on the wall. And once we have 4 levels of conjuration magic used, that's when this brazier will light up.
Well,
What does that have to do with that symbol over there? Is that the trap, maybe?
I think that is the symbol right here is it's a transmutation, but what I'm guessing, again, just wild guess here, is the brazier is designed to turn that conjuration magic into the water, which then flows out to the fountain out front.
I think perhaps you conjure the things. You know, you conjure the demons and Hyla will conjure her animals, something like that, and then they will be transfigured through the spell, whatever that activates. I think it might just part of the mechanics that makes this, whatever this
Aye.
is, work.
Aye.
Well, I guess
Who
we can.
pipes up here and says, "So, who's got conjuration spells?"
I can summon some demons.
I have
Sort of.
one.
I can
I have
spawn
2.
demons.
I've got teleportation circle, which I don't think we want to use.
Nah, save that.
No.
Dimension door, which is self-involved, so I prefer not.
I can conjure some animals, or I can conjure some vines.
I've got mage hand, but that's just cantrip, so
Actually, will work. So, summon demons is third. What is summon animals?
3rd.
Well, that's 6 levels. Should be more than enough to power it.
Well,
Okay,
we can try the demons, see how many bars that fills up.
if
Sure.
it even counts, because it may need just a 4th. It might not work with multiples, and you'd both be wasting 3rd level spells.
Does anyone have a 4th level conjuration spell?
I
Well,
could,
sick.
but I'll be out down to 1 4th level and 1 5th level, and
Aye.
then just crap after that.
Well, I can replenish my spells, especially my 3rd level spells, pretty quickly.
Well, what we could do is I can use a 1st level spell, which, I mean, it'll waste 1st level spell, but we'll see. We'll at least know if
It'll do anything,
True.
eh?
it'll light
True.
it up or anything.
All right, that sounds better.
And then we'll know if it has to be a 4th level or not. Because I would assume that if 1 level doesn't light up the bar, it won't light up at all. And then it's just a 1st level and not burning through.
3rd.
Mm-hmm.
Hard to resources.
Right. Let's head up and try some.
Some of us should stay down here to see what happens.
I vote the monarch.
I will stay with him.
I was kidding. It's one of just like put him in danger because it's funny. Sure.
Any of
yeah.
you who want to stay down here should do so as well.
what do we
I'll go
think?
with them in case it doesn't work.
Yeah, I'll head upstairs since I'm needed for the spells.
Okay. So who's heading upstairs? Free and Izzy?
Thyra.
And Thyra. Okay. You make your way back up to the incline,
Mhm.
and the three of you stand there. What would you like to do?
I'm going to attempt to cast entangle into those bar tubular things.
Okay. So, you go ahead and cast Entangle. As you hold out your hand, focusing on the bars, you feel the energy begin to coalesce at your fingertips. And as you begin to push it outwards, the rest of you watch as the energy starts to come outwards and then dips straight down and into that tube. And the bottom bar, ping, alights in this faint yellow glow.
Perfect.
It's
All right.
working.
Rub my hands together. and
All
I'll
the thaumaturgy up. It works. Actually, I don't even know if it worked. Never mind. I'm downstairs.
How far away are they from?
They'd be about 60, 80 feet.
All right, so I can't communicate through chaos. He's
Oh.
within 30 feet.
I thought the people downstairs could see the symbol. Well, that's my bad.
I know, the people upstairs can see the symbol, the people
Do you-
downstairs can see the tube.
Do you want
Gotcha.
me to use my 3rd level conjuration spell as well?
I could use it instead. And how many level spells do you have left?
3.
As you guys are talking, you see that bottom bar just begin to ping, ping, ping.
Got Tarja?
I cast summon lesser demons.
Okay, what level spell is that?
That's their low spell.
You go ahead and cast the spell, and as you cast the spell, you begin to hear the three of you that are up there, like this faint, like cackling and laughing from these small demonic creatures that are beginning to take form into the material, and that cackle begins to go into as they get sucked into the tube with the rest of the energy, as the
I would
three
remind-
remaining bars
Go on.
go ping, 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 and
I would
all
remind
light
you
up.
that I don't technically summon them. I create little demons for my own from the
What,
ichor that is
what
chaos.
if it? What if this tube thing shoots our spells down there and they have to fight it? At least
then
I
there's-
just shot them
Then
vine.
they're fighting 3 abyssal chickens.
So, do all three of you head back down?
As
Didn't-
they start to head down, Free's just gonna pull Thyra aside for a second.
Did anything happen other than the bars lighting up?
Nope.
Did they start blinking like the other one did after a minute?
Nope.
Okay.
Free is going to hand Thyra the yellow summoning diamond. Be like, here. There's no way in heck I'm going to summon something into my service. So if you want to use it, or else I'm getting rid of it.
What is it?
It summons an earth elemental.
What is it actually called so I can put it in my inventory?
Yellow diamond. I had to type it in as a custom.
I think it's called Gem of Summoning.
Yeah.
Oh, an elemental gem?
That's probably what it is. You're right.
There we go. That's why I couldn't find it.
You said it was yellow.
Correct.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So,
Alright, seems I am collecting things. I am now a collector of things.
Honestly, it was insulting. But, point being, let's go.
the rest of you head down, and for those who are still in the chamber, you watch as the three members go up, and there is a slight delay, and then this faint sound comes from the tube. This as some faint bit of wind begins to come down and circle the brazier, and sort of stays there for a second, and then starts to fade. And then this much larger gust just comes straight down the brazier, or straight down the tube, into the central glass column, and begins circling it very, very strongly. And it's strange, in normal circumstances, if you were in a very strong wind, no fire would light, but the brazier does alight, and that symbol at the base begins to glow.
Hey, predicted it correctly.
3 down.
Yeah, down, one to
3
go.
down, 1 to go.
When we get in within 30 feet, I will have Chaos talk to Wade because he thinks it's funny, and be like and say, "Any updates?"
Updates on what? I almost died earlier.
He's gonna talk to Aleki and say, "The other one is an idiot. Any updates?"
Agreed. It worked.
Then Izzy will be like, "All right, it worked."
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Chaos.
Can't hear you anymore.
I'm lonely. Chaos, come back.
I don't want to be mad. I guess meet up with the rest of the group, then head back and head to the final corridor.
Okay. Meeting up with the rest of the group and heading back into the fountain room, you now see that 3/4 of the fountain are running with water.
All right, one more.
And you begin to head
west.
down the west side, keeping the same marching order.
So-
Alekia, go ahead and roll me your shit.
That is a 19 plus a d4 is a 23.
What was the first puzzle we did? The one in the north. What was that?
I just had to slice my hand open.
Right. All right. So we had a physical test, a mental test, a magic test.
Uh-huh.
What's the fourth one? Spiritual?
We're gonna find out.
So, you guys begin walking down this corridor, and it is a long one similar to the one on the eastern side. As you walk down this one, Lakian, this trap is a little easier to see because the walls have these large sort of cutouts in them. There is 1 section, 2 section, 3 section. Which would be a little discreet to the naked eye, to the average dungeon delver, but not to you. And you immediately see the trigger point for it, which is this much, much larger stone set in the center of them all. And as you begin walking, sort of peer your head around, you get the sense of what this trap is. This is designed for things to swing straight down and presumably batter or cut whoever is in the middle of them to shreds.
Yep.
But thankfully, with your high roll, you manage to pinpoint the trigger mechanism, and it is much larger. It'll perhaps take a slight jump to get over it, but for your group, probably not too hard. You're fairly athletic. And you can continue onwards if you choose to.
Yeah. Is Druidcraft a cantrip, Dyto?
Yes, it is.
Cool. I'm gonna turn to Thyra. Can we bark this a little bit better this time? Just in case we spend a little bit longer in there. Again. Just so we can see it. When we come back through.
Hold on. I can. And from the marker where he pointed out, I will make a flower grow. I'll
Okay.
make a daffodil.
Straight out of the stone, this colorless flower begins to sprout and remains.
Nice. All right, just walk a step and let's keep going.
Pushing on past, this corridor curves around to the right until eventually you come to.
Can I also take a second once we're over it to write in Druidcraft, right before it, trap?
Yes. You write in big letters right before it, trap, in script that only you can understand.
Yes.
But it's there. So you guys curve around the right side through this corridor, and you keep going for a few seconds before you come to a small 10 by 10 room with a single unlit brazier in the center of it. This room also splits off into 3 points aside from the corridor that you came from. You can just about make out what's in each of them. On the left side, there is a brazier. On the right side, there is a brazier. And in the middle, there is this strange piece of stonework that you would have to get closer to fully inspect.
Sure. Again, looking for traps on our way through.
Roll an investigation check.
Because I still don't trust this shit.
Smart.
That's a 25.
No traps that you can see.
Okay.
So where are you going first?
I'm gonna look at the stone tablet thing.
I'll
Sure.
go with
You
him
walk
to
up.
that.
Great. So Wade and Lakin, you walk up to the stone thing. You get a little bit closer, and it is about 8 to 10 feet tall. It is this large stone, like square platform that comes up maybe 4 or so feet, and then on top of that is another about 1 foot stone platform that is slightly smaller, and above that are these 2 rods that hold up this large ring about this big. Looking close to the ring, you see there are 8 almost sculptures on it. There is one that looks like a snowflake, one that looks like a flame of fire, one that looks like a sun, one that is kind of like non-uniform and difficult to place. There is one that looks like a drop of water. There is one that looks like a rock. There is one that looks like a tornado. There is one that looks like lightning.
Right.
And at the base of this statue is script that you can't
I don't know
read,
if I read.
but you know is familiar.
Okay.
The elements of the Watchers.
Aye.
Typhine, can you tell us what this says, please?
Yes, of course. And she pushes past and looks down at it. This monument is called Blood of the Watchers. And as she points out the script, right above it, you can see this like faint indentation
Mhm.
in the stonework. That's what you see.
Light
Right.
indentation.
Yeah, maybe like that wide. It sort of
I'm
goes
gonna
in a little bit.
go to the room that's on the left from like where we came in, the one to the left.
Okay. You go ahead and walk to the room on the left. And on the back wall, there is no script. There is just that snow symbol.
Okay.
With your investigation check as well, you see this faint groove in the floor that leads from that brazier in the middle room to this one. They are connected.
Okay. I'm going to then go to the one on the right side and look over there.
The right one is almost identical, except for the sigil on the wall is that of flame.
All right. I'll come back to the group in the middle. Okay, so both sides have symbols on the wall. One that has flame on the right, one that has snow on the left. The blood of the Watchers, I'm gonna hazard a guess here, is referring to those 2 braziers, and we have to do something with them, probably pertaining to
Fire and ice.
The
not
2
necessarily
Watchers that betrayed them, or at least
Exactly.
their elements.
Aye.
What was the name? Which one did we name to get in here?
Ilithar, which was the air.
So it might not be fire and ice. It might be air and earth. The ones 2 were in, and then their opposite.
But then
Or
why put the fire and ice symbols on those braziers?
Well, they already
the
tried to trick us with that.
the
That's my thought. At least.
stats, the words, what's
Yeah.
the word I'm looking for? The monument thing.
Mm-hmm.
What symbol is opposite of ice on that? Like, if I'm looking like directly across the middle from where ice is, what's on the opposite side of ice?
The opposite to ice would be water. Curiously enough, As you're thinking about it, the two grooves that led from the brazier to the other braziers
Mm-hmm.
were the only grooves. There was no groove from the main brazier to that.
Wait, so wait, where was that groove going then?
So you have the brazier in the central room, the
Uh-huh.
main one, and that leads off in two sections to the side, which connects to the two smaller braziers. There are
Okay.
no other grooves connecting anything.
Okay, so there's nothing coming from like the statue thing here.
There is nothing coming from the statue. No.
Got it.
Do you think it wants an element of fire and ice on each side to combine in the middle? Or, like you said, the opposites? Or is it going to be blood again? But I don't know how that would work. I guess unless it was like chaos and cull, but I don't have any.
I don't think it'll be blood again, because we did a physical challenge. We did blood.
Mm-hmm.
There's no reason for that to repeat. Does anyone have well, so one of the braziers has an ice symbol on it.
It has
ice,
like a snowflake symbol on the wall behind it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. What we could do is we could light a torch and touch it to the brazier that doesn't have the ice in it. The ice on the wall behind it.
I feel like this is one of those situations where we're
Fightable
overthinking it again.
It
We
could
just
be.
need to do fire where it says fire, ice where it says ice. Boom.
Well, it doesn't say that this one doesn't say that it's fire, unless I missed something.
But it's literally called the blood of the Watchers.
Mm.
That's why I was questioning the bloodline.
Absolutely, but I don't think it's like our blood this time.
I should clarify, the name Blood of the Watchers is only on the monument.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, then who has fire and ice? Let's do the simple way first.
Equa,
it worked last time.
Do you actually hold on just one
Tyra
second?
like tries to make herself look smaller. Which is
Hold on.
not possible for an almost 8-foot tall half.
Yeah. Does it look like the pieces come off of the monument in the center?
You go ahead and
Or
give him
are
a
they,
wiggle.
like- I'm gonna try and give him a wiggle.
Yeah, you give him a wiggle. The pieces do not come off. There is slight give in the rotation of the top sphere. And you go ahead and like sort of inspect this monument a little bit more, putting your fingers under that indentation. And there is no switch or anything, but you can pull. You go ahead and pull out that section, and it is a drawer with nothing in it. You could put something in there.
This is more confusing.
These draws are in the monument or in the brazier.
It is
things?
In the monument.
It is one
Okay.
drawer about that tall, and it's in the monument at the bottom of it.
Okay.
Maybe the other braziers give the piece that go in here.
I'm thinking. Did you say that like the top piece you said doesn't really, it gives a little bit, but it doesn't look like it moves?
None of the
comes out?
pieces come off.
Uh-huh.
All the pieces are attached to that ring around the top.
Okay.
And in trying to pull like back and forth, nothing gives. But in wriggling a little bit from side to side, there is slight give, like that circle rotates.
Is the ice symbol directed, like, if I'm looking at the circle itself, is the symbol for, like, is the snowflake on the left side going towards that side of the room or not?
No, it's on the top.
Can I try and rotate it to where that snowflake is on that side of the room?
Yeah, you try and rotate it, and it gives about half a centimeter and then stops. You with your high intelligence and knowledge of traps and other working things, gather this is moved by something. You aren't sure what, but that drawer probably has something to do with putting something in or taking something out.
Pyra,
I'll relay that to everybody.
Pyra,
What?
you have one of my siblings in your brain,
I do.
and they like cold. They like ice a lot. Can they make ice for us?
They can.
Can you make ice for us, please?
Are you really sure you want that?
Can anyone else make ice? Duel? Monarch? Lady whose name Typhine?
Kyphine says, I can. I have a first level spell of the sort. I am running low on them, but I am willing to use the spell slot.
Does anyone have a way to make ice that doesn't require spell slots?
I do, but
Or
it's
that-
dangerous.
Do you mean going crazy?
I mean, that's a word for it, I guess.
Yeah, alright. That's option B. Does anyone else have any way to make ice?
We could find some water and then make it really
A
cold.
question, Equa.
Yes.
Was it snowing when we left?
No.
Hold on. I have a thought. I am going to cast Druidcraft, which produces sensory effects. Predict the weather. Since we're underground, I don't know what the weather is right now.
Okay, you go ahead and predict the weather. The weather above you is overcast, but it's not going to snow.
Alright, well, I tried.
Kyphine says, I will use my spell.
Okay, probably best.
And then, Wade, you have Fire Bolt, correct?
Yeah, I can do that.
Since that's a cantrip, I'd prefer if you were to go first, since we know what we're doing.
Probably good
Where
idea.
are we putting these? In the drawer?
I assume.
Don't. No, because there's nothing going from the drawer to the braziers.
I am
think
slightly
we have to-
confused by the notion of blood. Do watchers bleed?
Could
I
be
mean-
That's what I was wondering.
Did the Afridi we fought, I don't think anybody hit it, but did it bleed?
People did hit it, and it did not bleed.
Well, if what we suspect is true, the Afridi we fought, who we suspect is Kaimel, did not bleed when we fought him.
It's just the concept of heat.
Well, what if blood doesn't mean blood? What if it's something else?
Fire and ice, because they're fire and ice based.
Well, perhaps if these orbs have something to do with Kaimel, I would try putting that in if we had one. I don't suppose anyone else has had any other interaction with a watcher
I'm
or has
gonna
been where they are.
pull out. I'm gonna pull out one of the gems we found.
Yeah.
This we
Yeah.
found the resting place, one of the other tombs of these things, and it was a cavern filled with these gems.
You see her eyebrow kind of raise, kind of sharply. That's very interesting.
Yeah, it was.
Do you think maybe we need a ruby and a diamond, maybe?
Oh, sapphire. Are diamonds associated with ice, or
I don't know.
With, I'm asking
Because
Equa.
it was Grandin's tomb,
Yeah, but
from what we
I'm asking.
understood.
You don't know?
Alakian is just going to take the initiative and kind of hold his hand out towards Izzy. For science, right?
What is science?
Right.
I'll give
I'll
him money.
take one of the gems. I'll put it in the drawer and close it.
Take the gem, put it in the drawer, and close the drawer. There's a second, nothing's happening. And then there is this kind of like shifting, and the circle on top begins to rotate clockwise until that stone symbol hits the bottom and begins to glow in this faint brownish light. and it sort of pulses there for a second before there is this, and the monument begins to shatter, almost shatter. It shatters, and as it hits the floor, it just fades into nothing.
That gem gone.
The gem is gone, and where it was is something new.
Ooh, what is it?
What is it?
I was gonna say.
So, Isabel, since you said first, you go ahead and pick it up.
Yeah.
It appears to be some form of armor, but it is thick and heavy and laden with this incredibly tough stone and gems and pointed rocks on it.
Is it heavy armor? Like
Based on the
plate?
weight alone, it appears to be some kind of plate.
None of us can use heavy armor. That's fantastic.
Go ahead and make an
I-
investigation check for me, Izzy.
I'll say I was gonna do the same thing. I was gonna kind of
if
start
it's heavy
looking at it.
armor. I guess we
Can I-
just
Yeah, you,
Can I
you
do
both
it
can.
too?
You both can do it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's intimidation. Click the wrong thing.
Hey, Equa, that
Yeah.
is a total of 28.
Sure.
21.
Okay, so you both know, Izzy, it comes to you quicker because you wore half plate previously, but this is half plate armor.
Yes. I was gonna give it to the monarch, be like, "You owe us some fucking good armor." I'm gonna spend some time to put it on. I'll do it later.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do it now.
It does
Okay.
require attunement, so you can start putting it on, but to attune to it, since it is a magical piece of armor, you will need to take the hour.
Do I get the armor bonus? Do I get am I wearing half plate armor now? Besides for my
You are wearing half plate armor,
Yes.
yes. Yeah.
fuck yes.
Damn it.
And as
Nothing.
that monument fades, nothing happens to the braziers.
Well, I guess that answers the question on that.
So
I'm
a present
happy.
for those hoping to help, perhaps.
Yeah,
Or a gift.
think so.
what a gift. It's a pretty good gift.
Present and gift.
Well, back to the matter at hand. I am prepared. Wait.
I have a thought. Instead of going all the way down the corridor, just in case this is a trap. Wade, could you hit the brazier from standing inside this room? Can you try and direct your magic into that?
You could probably hit it from the main corridor.
Yeah, I could give it a go.
I. Yeah, I suppose. Well, actually, so no, Equa. I'm basically saying from like the big room that we're standing in, you direct the firebolt into the brazier that's down the hall with fire symbol on it.
You couldn't do it from the room with the monument, but you could do it from the room with the main brazier in. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I forgot that room is a little bit farther. Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. All right. I suppose we'll give it a shot. No pun intended.
And I'll just fuck the fire.
Make an attack roll.
It's alright.
Cool.
You can take that pun and have it.
Yeah.
15.
Do you by any chance have any souvenirs from the pit?
There wasn't much to take, I'm afraid. Why?
Well, I mean, if it wants gifts from other tombs, and that might have been one of them.
Well, that would have been
Well, I
nice,
mean-
but I'm afraid the monument is now no longer.
Yeah. The body.
Got a cool
Do you
rock
have
armor.
the?
I didn't pick anything up from that area other than, ancient swords and things like that. Relics.
Was there anything like that there? Just curious.
There were a lot of corpses.
Was there a result from the fire?
Sorry.
There was.
Yeah.
Wade, you conjure the firebolt and chuck it at the brazier, and it hits and makes contact, and you're aiming at the one with the fire symbol, correct?
Yeah.
So that brazier lights and then fades.
Right,
Didn't
same
work.
time. Nope, same time. It's been the
Same time.
I try at the same time. All right. Does that sound good to you?
Of course.
You're limited on your spells though, right? It's not a cantrip you're doing.
I am, but it is a level 1 spell, so I'm sure I'll be fine.
Why
How
don't
many-
you try it on the ice one first, then, with your
Hey.
cantrip, in case it has to be the opposite?
That's what I was thinking too, Free. We're on the same page. I'm gonna throw a firebolt at the ice one.
I'm gonna s-
Okay, make your attack roll.
10 feet back. Further back than I was.
Yeah, from
28.
inside the room.
It hits and fades. It doesn't catch a light at all.
Yeah, it's worth
Okay.
trying.
Hey, just to make sure.
All right.
Right. So, if you two want to get ready, I'll count down. That way you both hear the number
You
at the
know
same
what?
time.
Maybe. Hold on. I might
I
Have
can
an
show
idea.
something, but I cannot use cold damage.
So what if there were a safer option without
Oh.
using a spell slot and not using Izzy's sibling?
Like what?
I could turn into an ice spider.
But what if you like consume? Would you stand in it, or do you like do something?
Well, what I've read about them is they give off this like cold aura. So just being around them will make it cold.
What if it like tries to consume you as like an element of this
So,
ritual?
do we know if that's a magical thing or if that's just a thing that they have?
It's a thing that they
Yes.
have. That's what I read. That's what we learned.
I feel like that'll just put you at risk.
Not even that. It's just I don't know if this sort of that would work. Because if it's a natural thing. and we're
Equa,
trying to use
if
magic
you're
there.
trying to find what I'm looking at, it's Ice Spider Queen. It's
No,
cold
I know
aura.
what you're looking at. Yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't use a spell slot, and it's something I have a little bit more control over.
But would that still put you at a disadvantage if we were to fight something else later?
I mean, as long as I stay away from you guys, by about 5 feet, I can keep it up for about 3 hours. Unless it takes it, and if it takes it, then it takes it.
Okay.
Alright, we can give it a shot, I guess. If you want to.
I will
Just do this.
wild shape into an ice spider. I'll move away from them, and then I'll wild shape into an ice spider queen.
So you go ahead and transform into Night Spider Queen, and you walk over to the brazier.
Not yet else. Okay, go on.
So my question to you, Thyra, is your attacks are magical, correct?
Yes.
In wild shape?
Yes, they are.
The brazier begins to alight in a blue flame.
Alright, Wade, go.
I poke Wade.
Throw a firebolt. 14.
Sure. You go ahead and throw the firebolt, and it makes a connection, and that brazier begins to light, and both of them are now lit at the same time. As the blazes grow slightly brighter and larger, and those grooves along the ground begin to flow straight towards the central brazier with blue and orange light, respectively. And as they connect, that central brazier alights in a swirling mix of blue and orange in a beautiful coloration, and it remains. As the sound of running water grows louder from the chamber that you were previously in.
Yes.
We did it.
Alright.
Let's find
did
this
it.
stupid fucking orb and get the fuck out of here. Oh, it's gonna be like a second level, isn't there?
Let's
Probably.
hope not.
Oh, God, it's got to be second level.
So Thyra's gonna start bringing up the rear now, so that she can
Mhm.
stay away from people, so they're not caught in her aura.
So, as we go ahead and return to the central room with the fountain in it, that's where we're going to go ahead and take our break.
Woo!
So, we will be back here soon to continue the story. Go get snacks and whatever, and we'll be back here soon. Alright, goodbye.
We-
Welcome back, everyone. So, we return to the scene. You guys are back in the fountain room, and the fountain is now running on all sides with water. What do you want to do?
Was there anything that opened?
Nope.
In here? I'm gonna try and press the button that's on top of the fountain then.
Oh, that's right.
Okay. You go ahead and start climbing the fountain. That button is still there, and as you lower your hand in and push the button, there's a faint. There's a pause, and then this rumbling of stone as you feel the fountain and yourself start to descend.
Once I get
Further down.
close to the ground, I'll hop off the thing once I get closer to the
Okay.
floor.
Sure, you hop off and sort of sit back with your group, and you watch as the fountain continues to descend until all of it is submerged underneath where it was, and attempts to split down the middle, and the two parts begin to flow outwards. And there is now an empty hole. And you look down, and there is a tunnel, sort of 10 feet down, that continues to go down off into something else. It is a good sight to see, and is only disturbed by the sound of something above you moving. Kind of this heavy, like, moving of stone, sort of in the area of where the doors that you entered were.
Okay, is it behind us? Like something's moving down, like closing a door?
Directly
Or-
above you.
Directly above?
Do I see anything?
That's what I was going to ask.
You look upwards, and you see the doors that you came in through, which are wider than the fountain, almost sink a little bit, maybe like an inch or two. There's kind of this like, and then they sink. What are you guys doing?
I think that's on you to go down the hole. Any objections?
Let's go.
All right, I'll jump down the hole.
Me too.
You go ahead and jump down the hole, and all of your team does, and those doors begin to slowly open, and you can see and look upwards. You can see what it is. It is a very, very heavy and large boulder that is about to be dropped straight into the hole. You have pretty much one way to go.
All right, start running.
I'm gonna
As you all
I'm gonna-
start running,
crawl. I'm gonna crawl down the side. I don't need to jump down the hole.
that's true. We all jump down the hole and start running, and you start running through a tunnel that is like cylindrical, going straight forwards. As there is this loud like behind you, as the boulder falls in the hole and begins to continue chasing you down. The tunnel is long, and you keep running for about 10 to 20 seconds before you see it just cuts straight into this other cylindrical chamber that goes straight down. There is no light in here, so you can't quite make out the bottom, and there is no floor, but that boulder is about to hit you. What do you do?
Is there anything? Is there an opening in the wall anywhere?
Make a perception check.
That is a dirty 20.
Yeah, you keep running, and so this tunnel that you're in opens into another circular one that goes straight down. It's vertical and yours is horizontal. Looking at the walls of the vertical tunnel, there is no hole. It just goes down.
Okay, what about the one that we're in? Is there any openings in the walls that we're in right now, or is it
Nothing
just
you
a
can
straight
see.
hole down?
It's just a straight hole down.
I'm gonna jump
Okay, you go ahead and jump, Wade.
Same.
I just
and
Yep.
I'll cast levitate.
is that an
Okay.
action?
Yeah.
You do not have time.
Oh, okay.
You are falling.
Free will cast Featherfall when she jumps, and whoever's around her gets it.
Yep.
Okay.
So
I'm
she's
jumping
trying to
too.
make sure she's one of the last people. She's like, go, 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 and then whoever she can still see gets
So,
Featherfall.
how many people can Featherfall take?
Close 5. So whoever's including myself.
So,
I don't need it.
What about your broom?
I don't
Yeah, I
really
can sit on that after I grab it, but
you guys will only get reactions. So,
yeah,
Yep.
I don't have time.
so
I
yeah.
don't-
So, Tree
I
casts
don't-
Featherfall on Wade herself. I assume Alakian. Unless Alakian, you've got something.
No, that's I don't have shit.
Okay, so you cast it on Wade, Alakian, yourself. That leaves the Monarch, Duel, and Lady Kyphine. You got to pick one or two.
The Monarch and Duel. I feel like Kyphine might have something to help with this.
Okay. Kyphine does not. So
Darn.
you all begin to fall. Let me double check the spelling on Featherfall real quick. Syra
60
and
feet per
Isabel
round.
just latch each other to the walls. And you watch as the boulder continues to roll and then just stops and hits something. Almost like an invisible barrier or something at the end of the tunnel. And then begins shifting off out of sight. Descent starts to sweep around. Okay. So the rest of you begin to slow your descent a little bit. Kyphine just goes. And you can
I try to catch
see...
Kyphine because I see her falling.
Make an athletics check at disadvantage.
Disadvantage? Give me a second. First one. It's a 22. And then the second one is a 17. So 17.
17. I would have set the DC at 18 for this, because it is
Sure,
like
that's
a
fine.
snappy thing.
Yep.
So it doesn't affect you anyway, you're fine. The rest of you begin to fall. And as you do so, you watch as Kyphine plummets. And you can just about make out when she hits something. This kind of clearer liquid substance. And she just goes straight in it. You guys are falling not far behind. And you begin to see it approach. With Lakian and Free's passive perception, you do see there is some kind of stone off to the side. If you wanted to try and make it there, you could attempt to do so, but you're falling and you'd have to pretty much push yourself off something if you can manage to get there.
I'm just gonna keep following Kyphine.
Can I crawl to that stone?
Was it more than 6 seconds since we started falling?
I would say no.
Okay. Then, I mean, if she could have grabbed something, but otherwise she's hitting it, I guess.
I want to aim
Okay.
for the stone.
Okay, so Wade, make me an acrobatics check.
20.
20?
Her reaction was the casting of the spell, so.
You, in typical Wade fashion, begin to fall and like try and air swim towards the stonework.
Beautiful.
And when you land, you just about make it there. The rest of your party begins falling. And you, Wade, making it onto the stonework, kind of feel, oh yeah, good. And instead of them hitting water, you kind of hear this,
Oh no.
and they sink and just kind of stay there. So, Free and Kyphine and Alakian and Duel and the Monarch.
We're gonna do this, aren't we?
Excuse me.
All
Yup.
you take
Yeah.
9 points of acid damage. As you look around, you realize you're not in water.
Nope.
It is a clear liquid, but there are things floating in here, like bones and bits of metal.
Mm-hmm.
And you quickly realize you are in an ooze.
Yep. I literally just said it. Cool.
Fuck my life.
Same.
Are we going into like a combat here, or can we try and get out of it?
You can try and get out.
I will
Can
try
she
to get
use
out.
vocal components?
You are deafened, but can speak. You can speak.
Okay, then she is going to grab whoever's closest to her. I think it was Duel followed her.
Sure.
Or the Monarch. I think the Monarch's gonna have harder trouble. She can reach the Monarch, she's gonna grab him, and then dimension lure the two of them up.
Okay. So you grab the Monarch and basically end up standing right next to Wade.
Yeah,
The Monarch doesn't really say much, just kind of like stands there.
That's
I was starting to get the
disgusting.
rope out.
She's prestidigitating herself.
What's going on down there? Is everything alright?
No, it burns. It burns.
No.
Ow.
I'm getting. Since I've seen Wade get on the rock, I'm gonna keep him out of my aura. But I'm gonna get close enough to where I'm not touching the ooze, but it's still in my cold aura.
Okay. Alakian, I'd like you to make a strength check if you're trying to escape the ooze.
Yup.
I would like to say that
Okay.
I'm trying to throw a rope down. So I don't know if that helps him.
Sure. So, Wade, you throw the rope down and it kind of like sits on top and then begins to sink. And as it does, the edges begin to fray and dissolve. This is a magical item, but it's even this is beginning to fray.
Okay.
I rolled a 5.
5, you're stuck in there.
Oh wait, no, you said did you
Uh,
say saving throw?
Strength check.
Strength check? Okay, then yeah, it's 5.
So,
How tall is the ceiling, and could I reach the ooze if I were attached to the ceiling?
fails and dual fails. The ooze is set in the ground, maybe 15 feet. And it
Okay.
matches the level of the stone just about. So all
Was
three
that-
of the people fail.
Was that my action to do that, I'm guessing, Equa?
Yeah,
Try and do
but
that?
you,
Okay.
unless you have a bonus action to do something, you can't get out.
I was gonna do a thing, but it takes an action to do it. That's why I was asking.
So, the three of them try and start escaping, but physically cannot do so. You take...
Someone grab the rope.
Everyone takes 19 points of acid damage.
Jesus.
And you can attempt to make the check again, unless someone is...
I am going
really
to.
trying.
This looks like an ooze, like a creature thing. Oh, fuck, I
Mhm.
don't have any weapons.
Can't do that. You're fine.
Oh, shit, so I can't. I'll. I
But
don't
everyone
know.
makes it there, and you can see the thing.
Should we attack this thing? Should we start doing damage? Or what's the plan here? If we do,
I'm already
like,
close
pick it
enough
up.
that it's taking damage.
And it is taking damage, slowly.
All
But it's
right,
not cracking.
I'm going to shoot 2 Eldritch Blasts at this fucker.
Sure, from this range, you don't even need to roll to hit, just do damage.
Great. 16 altogether.
There's no reaction.
Well, if nobody's gonna grab the rope, I start reeling that up. Tell me a situation. Is like, are they fully submerged? Is their hands
They are
above?
fully submerged. If you wanted to reach in, you could probably grab one of them and start pulling them out.
So how high am I then? I'm only like 5 feet up.
You're pretty much on the same level as the top of the
okay.
ooze.
I was envisioning this wrong.
Could I grab one from the wall the next round? So I answered right.
Yeah, next round you could.
I don't know what it'll do though. I don't even know if it can be restrained. Can I try shooting my web at it? I don't know what
Sure.
good it'll do, but at least people
Okay.
could try and grab a hold of the web and climb up if they need to.
So, let me double check the wording on this, because this is a really interesting thought. One creature, the target is restrained by webbing. So you're attempting to restrain the ooze?
Yes.
Okay. You go ahead and shoot out your web, and it begins like splattering out on the surface of the ooze.
That's a dirty 20. To shoot the web.
Sure. You hit, and this thick web begins coating the top of the visible section of the ooze, and is kind of making it harder to reach in and grab the people, because now there is this thick layer of webbing on top, and even Wade is kind of having a difficult time digging around it. But
Wade,
you restrain
burn
the
it up.
ooze.
I'm gonna fucking.
So, Free and Wade, you doing anything this turn?
Dang it.
I had fucking stinge with you, buddy.
She's going to like tap the monarch and be like, "Can you reach one of them? You're stronger than I am."
Yeah, you tap him, and he's already going to reach Lady
Cool.
Calvine.
Cool. Without going in herself, she's not going to be of much use here.
Fuck it. What I'm gonna try to do is take my pole of angling and throw it out and try and like cast it onto a Lakian.
You're not going to try and fish a Lakian out of this cube, are you?
I am.
Exactly what he's doing.
Okay, so Alakian, for the purposes of this, you are essentially restrained, but I'll give you a little bit of movement. You can make your strength check with advantage.
Sure.
And
Probably not gonna help
Kaifin's
much.
going to do the same thing, and Duel's going to make it flat. Duel fails.
Natural 20 on the first roll for a 21 total.
Kaifin succeeds. So, Alakian and Kaifin both just get yoinked outwards. Duel cannot get a hold himself, and so takes another 66 damage. So 5, 7, 12. 13.
If it's still in my area and with the web, it'll take cold damage.
Great. It is, and it's getting worn down.
But it's still a giant fucking ooze.
So that's 10 cold damage. And then I'm going to use the web that I shot. I'm going to go into the acid. I'm going to try and pull somebody out.
Okay, you go ahead.
Using my web as like a bridge.
Drink yourself into the acid. And as you go ahead and reach in, you take 8 points of acid damage.
Okay.
And go ahead and make a strength check.
Yeah,
See if you can pull out Councilman Duel.
That's freeze action. 9 points of healing for Duel.
How much acid was it?
I think it said 8.
Was it an 8? That would have been 8.
So that's a 21 strength?
It's like pulling him out of jelly. He's birthed again. As you
then I'm just kind of like gonna not fling him, but I'm gonna get him onto the rock, hopefully out of my aura.
Freshly jellied kid.
With a 21 strength, I'll allow that. You go ahead and just throw him out, and he's looking a little rough right now. He's kind of like struggling to catch his breath a little bit, and he just takes a moment. We press on, and then we rest again.
All right, that sounds like a good plan. Because I'm fucking hurting too.
I'm going to crawl along the roof, and then reach over to Duel and tap him on the shoulder and give him 5.
Just because Alakian's pissed, I'm gonna cast a Sacred Flame at the fucking thing. Because fuck it.
Is anybody still in the ooze?
There is no one still in the ooze.
Okay.
I'm
gonna
Actually,
stay
even better-
on my webbing. I'm gonna get
Even-
out of the acid if nobody else is in there.
Even better, I'm gonna totally do it because fuck it.
Yeah,
Is
if you
there a
guys
way-
continue to do shit, then it will stop dying.
Yeah, I'm just gonna fire off all the deads and Eldritch Blast at it, just like...
Okay. So for the purposes of this is a very, very large ooze that uses the stats of a gelatinous cube. And you wear it down, it's got an armor class of 6. You just keep chucking stuff at it. It doesn't move. And eventually it just starts to wither and fade.
Yeah, because it will continually take the cold damage from both my aura and the web.
I'm
Any
dealing 7
things inside of it?
Yeah, as it fades and things clatter to the ground, giving it a once over, and with your investigation checks, there's nothing of value here. Everything is old and kind of basic, like, short swords, broken arrows, shields that are half cut out, things that have been here for a while and have taken significant damage, and lots of bones. There is no visible rewards that you could glean from this.
Cool, but it's dead. Fuck it.
It is dead.
Fuck the thing.
Is there any other way to go, like down or up or a tunnel or anything?
There is. As you look towards the direction of the rest of your group, behind you all, opposite of the ooze, if you sort of turn around and keep going, there is a long tunnel that sort of opens up into this very spacious cavern.
I kind of go, and I don't think I can. Hold on.
I'm assuming we all see this though.
You do.
I'm going to communicate. I'm going to send Thyra a message through Chaos. Be like, and what is that supposed to mean? telepathic. You can communicate with me.
I'm still a spider. I can only speak spider.
No, you maintain your brain. You just can't speak because your mouth is a spider mouth.
There's a tunnel. With
I
a big
know.
room.
see it.
We should go.
According to there's a big tunnel over there. I pointed to the tunnel we all saw. All right.
I'll start heading that direction and
It was more of a
searching for
let's
traps.
go. Because I'm
Yeah.
at the back and I don't like waiting on everybody.
Yep. Oh yeah, Lakey was already walking that direction anyway.
Yeah, for
So-
sure. I wanted to know what you wanted to say.
Searching for traps on the way.
Yeah, I won't make you roll for it. There are no traps here.
Okay.
And you come out into a small, like, stone outcropping. Looking outwards, you are in a cavern to which you cannot see the ceiling, floor, or edges. It is just open and black, and the only thing in front of you is a very thin and very worn rope bridge that continues past your 60 feet of dark vision.
Well, that's ominous.
That's not great.
I don't trust that rope.
I don't trust that rope either.
I can be a bird man and fly us over there, or I know Free's got her broom.
Yeah, Free, you could take probably each of us one of. Oh,
I don't know if moving in small groups is a good idea because what
Yeah,
if
that
we
was
on the
my-
other side is much
Mhm.
worse.
that's what I thought. Yeah, I was like, what if my thought actually was moving can something halfway through kind of
How
thing.
far across is it?
It goes past your range of dark vision. It's at least
Okay.
60 feet.
Like, can we see walls on the sides?
No, you can't see walls, you can't see a ceiling, you can't see a floor. It just goes.
There's no wall, there's no ceiling, it's just the bridge.
Lady Kyphine pulls out her harp and sort of starts plucking at it a little bit, and she mentions that she can fly. Free. Interesting thing about the harp, it's got two very familiar silver strings attached to it.
I figured that was going to show up eventually.
Dual can also fly. And
That's why I don't
Alakian,
know how to pick up the spells.
you can fly in dim light or darkness thanks to your
I
cloak
can
of bats.
indeed. So the only people that can't fly are
The monarch.
Wade and Mark and
fly.
well, you can, yeah. So Wade could grab Thyra and
Don't grab
monarch.
Thyra. Don't grab Thyra.
oh, grab Thyra. That's right. That's right.
Free can take one on the broom.
However, it has a max weight, and I'm assuming with his heavy armor, I cannot take the Monarch.
Well, you can, it'll just be at a slower speed.
Okay.
It'll go from 50 to 30 feet.
Wait, how many more polymorphs can you do?
I could do. Let's see.
No, it can only carry up to 400 pounds. After 200 pounds, it's half speed.
Okay, got you.
3,
So-
4.
You should be.
300 is a lot of weight. You'd be pushing it.
I would say technically with her equipment.
Yeah, probably wouldn't
I
be.
will go over to
Um,
Free and open up my my bag of holding. Like, anything you don't need, you can throw in here for now.
Oh, right, most of it was in there.
Yeah, it was.
That's true.
However, the armor is the heaviest part.
How much could a giant eagle could carry one person or two?
Giant eagle could probably carry two. One on the back, one on the claws.
How many people can't fly?
I think it's just the monarch
Just you and the monarch.
I cast flag and fly, but I'm thinking of getting a ride on Wade if he goes giant eagle.
Because I can conjure two giant eagles if I drop my ice spider shape.
Okay, so that'll take you and the monarch, and then two more.
Mhm.
Alakin
be-
can do it free of charge because of his cloak,
Yeah,
which is badass.
yeah.
Free can do it free of
So-
charge.
Literally just so Wade and Izzy, and so that would cover everybody. If she can conjure two, that'll cover everyone.
I'll do everyone.
All right, then I'll do that. It's better than wasting a whole bunch of polymorphs. So
Fair.
I'll drop my ice spider shape. All right, I'm gonna make a couple of eagles for us to ride on. I guess me on one, the monarch on the other, and then
Okay.
whoever else needs one.
Yeah.
Free can take 250 extra with her at most.
I could
Or
take a
wait.
ride with Free. I'm pretty light.
Oh,
All right, that works.
I give Wade a pat on the back when he's just.
God damn it.
I do want to throw a firebolt down into the darkness.
Okay. You conjure the firebolt and throw it down, and it. And you don't
Oh,
see an
that's
end.
forever. Oh, that's forever.
And then I throw one forward.
You throw one forward, and it goes 120 feet, and it alights, and you see the rope bridge continues.
Right, I've only got an hour.
Stay close
All
to
right,
the bridge
let's go. I
so we can keep eyes on each
inside.
other.
Keep inside of each other. Moving forward.
And to know we're moving forward.
So, because of the way that you've structured this, you are not on the bridge,
No.
which is very useful. So I don't have to do this shit.
Yay! We
Hey!
took forever discussing the puzzles that we're skipping over to this one.
You guys,
I'm gonna yell though. Hey, Monarch, do you like some tacos?
the monarch who is on one of the giant eagles, you call out to him, and there is like a moment of pause where he doesn't do anything. And he thinks about it for a second, and he's like, I do like tacos occasionally.
Are you more of a hot dog man?
That's what I was about to ask.
God damn it!
Takes a second. I see what you're getting at. Good one.
He's gonna hear a voice in his head,
So
and
who's
he's
going to
gonna
go
say,
with me?
"Oh, go ahead."
Whoever you want to.
Who came with me? Whoever it was. I turn. I was like, I was just gonna see if he wanted to share in my gift card.
Yeah, so I think you were alone on that one. I guess.
No,
Unless
no.
Izzy. No, Izzy.
Then I was just talking to
Yeah.
Cole.
The monarch's gonna hear a voice in his head. It's gonna be chaos. Be like, "She was literally talking about food. Don't worry."
No, she wasn't just talking about food.
No, she was. Trust. I've known her for about a year.
Okay.
Name's Chaos, by the way. Haven't been properly introduced.
Urzok told me all about you. I know who you are.
Good.
So for the most part, aside from the occasional comment, you guys fly and basically just drift through the darkness. For what, since you're on flying speeds, it takes about 10 minutes. If you were walking, especially being careful on this bridge, it would maybe take up to 30. But you are pretty confident in where you're going, because all you got to do is follow this bridge. As you go, you can sort of briefly hear Euthyra. Something is moving down at the bottom. It is very, very difficult to tell what it is, but you gather there is something down there.
At the bottom of the bridge? Or the bottom of whatever?
Well beneath the bridge.
There was something down there. Not sure what, but I think if we would have walked across the bridge, we would have had a bad time.
I agree.
Maybe we should double time it real fast.
Yeah, it speeds up.
You dash along, and with the
I'm gonna stay on my eagle if there's enough room.
with the accelerated sound of you guys moving at a faster pace, that sound from beneath you, this kind of faint clicking sound,
Oh fuck.
almost begins
I'm
to grow
having Last
louder
of
for a
Us
second.
flashbacks.
Me too. Immediately.
Mhm.
No.
But you just go, unimpeded by it, but unnerved by the audio of what's coming from below, until eventually you find the end of the bridge.
I don't want to
And
fight a clicker.
And it continues onwards into this large circular stone cavern with the door on the other side. The stone cavern itself is maybe 20 feet wide. And that's it.
Are there traps?
Make an investigation check.
Or writing.
Also that. Guidance. Oh, I don't. I said I was gonna guidance myself, so fuck it. That is a 28. Because I rolled a natural 20.
There's nothing in here apart from that door.
Is there anything on the door?
The door itself is bolted from this side.
Is there a knob or a handle or something?
There is a like sliding bolt that you could slide and pull open if you wanted to.
I will listen to see if I hear it on the other side first.
Make a perception check.
That is a 25.
You listen pretty well. You don't hear anything.
Now, I gotta wonder why there'd be a lock on this side.
I was thinking the same thing, unless it's if somebody got in there some other way to keep them in there.
Yeah, I was thinking the same. If someone tried to quick teleport to their solution, they would be trapped.
Makes sense.
Did we then?
Did the door appear to be trapped in any way with my investigation check?
No.
Do you think we should jump off the eagles in case the eagles have to attack real quick?
I think that would probably be best.
I think we should rest here.
Before
I was going to say that as well.
Probably a good idea as well, yeah.
Alright, we'll lose the eagles, but alright.
What if those clicking things come up?
I don't hear them anymore. I think it was just protecting the bridge. I don't think it can really come out of whatever is down there.
We'll hear them coming if they decide to come our way. And we can decide if we think that's worse than what's in there.
And just get behind him and stab him in the neck, it'll be fine.
Okay.
You
I
got it.
hate you.
There you
I
go.
got it.
You love me.
If we're doing the rest free again, we'll use the Song of Rest, so whoever uses hit dice gets an extra D8.
I have not been hurt, so I
Nor
am.
have I.
You do have to use the hit die for that, so
Yes, you have to use a hit dice to be able to use the D8.
But
Might
I will
get
get that
back.
wild
Oh.
shape back. So
I get my one spell back, which is great.
You said you get an extra D8, correct?
You get a D8,
from
yeah.
you? Okay.
yes.
And is Kaifine doing it again as well for another D10?
Yeah, she'll do it again as well.
Okay.
As Free and Kaifin begin to play together.
Sorry, man.
Forget how to roll hit die. I just did it earlier on here. And roll hit die. There it is. Got it.
Perfect. Oops.
We'll use a lot of hit die. And I'll use one more as well to get back up to full. Great. Isabel, as you
Yes.
short rest, do you attune to that armor?
Absolutely.
Go ahead on D&D Beyond and add Armor of the Earth Watcher to your inventory and attune to it.
I'm so excited. Armor of the Earth Watcher, you said?
Mm-hmm. I might have spelled it the English way, so it might be ARMOUR.
I'm Canadian, don't worry.
Okay. And you, Isabel, in this time, focusing on it and attuning this thing to yourself, putting part of yourself into it and taking a part of it into you, you begin to feel something like carve its way in the stone underneath the pectoral area. This faint inscription. And it's not in a language that you understand, but you somehow know what it says. The inscription reads, "Stand sturdy as stone and hit strong as rock, but sift like sand from inside to show your beating heart."
Sure.
That is assuming Izzy has a heart.
Hey.
Curiously
Lucky.
enough, no one else can see it.
Cool. Can I read what it does?
If you would like to.
Sure.
do it.
I get a +2
Badass.
bonus to AC while wearing this armor, and with addition to the arm class. So, fuck yeah. Wearing this armor goes into non-magical bludgeon, piercing, and slashing damage. You can melt into stone yourself at will without expending a spell slot. You can cast each of the following spells once per rest without expending a spell slot. Wall of Stone and Bones of Earth. While wearing this armor, you can use your action to attempt to control one Earth elemental you see within 60 feet of you. Make a contested charisma check on success, and once it obeys you, you may usher it to simple commands as bonus action on each of your turns. This is fucking awesome. I can fucking meld through Earth now.
I want something like that now. Damn it!
Oh, we can both be buddies in the stone then.
Yeah, it'd be great. I now have a 19.
I want something badass. Seeing how Equa destroyed my badass armor.
That was
Second.
normal armor.
You just levitated across pure darkness.
Yeah, you didn't fly across the endless chasm with the bat cloak. Fucking, you have some cool shit, man.
So, do we think whichever is on the other side of this door can teleport?
I think it's to block teleportation.
Like-
I think because I have a sinking feeling that whatever this is if somebody somehow mapped out this place and then they just teleported in, and that way they couldn't teleport out. So I feel like if we could get inside this room and get whatever it is that's in there, and then get out of this room, we can get out of here.
We don't think
'Cause
us
there's-
opening the door is gonna like release something, do we?
I did not hear anything in there, and it does not appear that there's anything on the door frame here as far as a trap goes.
I still suspect it'll be difficult to remove the item from here if it's here. Something will be protecting it, whether it's magical or not.
Hmm.
Alright, I'm gonna tell the eagles, stay by my side for now. Wait, they're gone. They're gone. We took an hour rest. They're gone.
Yep.
At the end of the hour rest, Izzy like leans against the wall, then falls through it.
Yeah, Izzy just leans against the wall like this, and then suddenly she's inside of it.
Guys. I walk out of it, and be like, "What? All right."
Are you alright?
Well, that's the thing.
I can walk through stone now.
And not really walk through it, but
I turn around and I walk into the wall. And
You get about
walk out.
5 feet in, and you could stop there. You don't
Yeah,
get
that's
It's
right.
not pass through stone. It's you can hide inside of walls, and you can stay there and wait for things to pass you, and then lurch out and attack them or whatever you want to do. But you can't glide through stone. It's not the same
Alright.
thing.
I come back out. All right. It's fucking cool, though.
Like he's gonna turn towards Thera. Do you still have any of those berries by chance?
who all ate
You can
one?
use them all.
Free did.
I ate one as well.
Alright, so that's 3.
None of the NPCs ate them, I don't think.
So Free took 2, Izzy took 1. So I'm down 4. 4 minus 10 is 6. I still have 6 good berries. I still have
Can I
6 of them.
3? Can I have 3?
There you
Top
go.
myself off a little bit.
1, 2, 3. Anybody else want the rest of them? There are. I can't do math, but there are some left.
I could top up with 1, I suppose.
You know, the barbarian's not supposed to do math.
That means there's 2 left if Free takes 1.
Yeah, there's
Alright.
2.
Right, there are 2 more left. Anybody wants them?
The
Monarch,
NPCs aren't really interested. Duel is getting very fidgety. Duel is getting very excited to see what is beyond the door, and is also getting nervous at the thought of being approached by any cultists that may try and kill them along the way. But he is convinced that what is on the other side of that wall is probably what you're looking for. The other two are off together, kind of just talking. and aren't really paying too much attention. But at the offer, they both decline.
All right. Well, I think with that, shall we?
Before we go in there, I look at Duel.
Hmm.
If we get this, we're partners in this. You keep us in the loop on what's going on with this thing. We have an invested interest in this.
I understand. And if I find another one, then you will be the first people that I call. It would be foolish of me not to trust you somewhat with the knowledge of what's happening here when you have provided so much in return.
When the red man comes, and he will come, you let us know, and we'll get there as soon as we can.
Of course.
Right.
I'll probably message you more often now as well, just to check in.
I understand.
Alright,
Well,
in we go.
I think it's time.
Indeed.
I look to the monarch. Are you ready?
The monarch kind of pauses for a second, not reacting at first, and then I am. Let's get it over with.
If we make it out of this alive, tacos on me.
Kind of glances over to Isabel. Yes, of course.
And Dara winks at him. Because I would.
Yeah,
Just
he
talk with him more.
he at first again doesn't react, and then you kind of see Kaifin like snicker a little bit, and then he kind of like frowns and grins and almost mimics her expression in a way.
Just don't share one with her. She's real greedy. She'll eat most of it before you get a chance.
Wait.
Wait, you just hear chaos laughing in your head.
He's not wrong. I am quite the gobbler.
God damn
Shall
it.
we enter?
Can we
I
open
hate
this
all
door,
of this.
please?
Yes, we open the door.
Wait,
Oh.
when you say that,
All over the door.
chaos just starts laughing in your brain.
Alakian.
Whose
you-
brain?
And Wade's. Does he like that response? Because he knows he's the only one who knows what he said to the monarch.
Anyway.
Alakian, you grasp this thick iron bar and slide it over, and the door opens outwards. And gazing in, you see a chamber it goes past your dark vision with these pillars of beautiful marble stone sitting upright. The walls themselves are almost cut and jagged, and they come outwards, not in a way that you've seen any stone naturally form before. And the ground itself is laden with piles of gold. There is this kind of faint lack of gold in the middle that continues down in between the pillars and sort of goes off to the side a little bit.
You said tiles with a T?
Piles with a P.
Tiles.
I don't
All right.
trust gold. I don't trust rooms full of gold.
I don't either. So first, before we go any farther, I'm going to start looking for traps.
Okay, go ahead and make an investigation check for me.
I'm looking
Guidance
around for
myself as well.
threats. Can I make a perception check?
You can make a perception check for me.
Yeah.
27.
So 25 on mine.
Okay. Yeah, going in, this area does not appear to be trapped, and you don't sense any immediate threat around you, Thyra. And you guys walk in a little bit. And as you go, you begin to see what exactly this room is. It is faintly round-ish. There are jutting walls in and out that sort of disturb the shape a little bit. And there are 6 pillars that hold up the top of it. And the ceiling itself is also jagged. It's weird. There are like these outcropping of rocks. And there is no delineation between walls and ceiling. It's kind of like a domed structure. The floor itself is regular enough slated stone.
Is the
As you
floor
walk in,
flat, or is it like? Is there any tilt to it, kind of going toward the center or anything? Is it just?
it's mostly flat as far as you can tell.
I'm going with my 27. Do I see the orb?
Well, as you walk in, getting about halfway into the chamber,
I wouldn't even go that far.
you
before
don't
looking for
see
it.
much. Just
I'm
piles
gonna
and piles of gold.
pop locate object for the orb.
You go ahead and cast a spell, and about 80 feet away,
I
you
found
get a
it.
ping.
Get the lead cases ready. Lead case, I should say.
The monarch
Which way, Thyra?
pulls out.
Close that door. Close that door now.
I'll close the door.
The door is closed.
Feel like that.
Like Thyra looks like she's battling herself, and then she points in the general direction of where it is.
Careful. Let's go.
Right.
Be sure not to
Guys.
touch any
Who's
of the
got
gold.
the box?
The monarch has the box. You guys begin walking.
I'll start leading them in the direction.
We can
that-
also, Dungeon the Monarch says, after they get it, you can put it in my bag of holding, so another plane of existence harder to find.
There is a kind of an eyebrow raise from Duel. We'll discuss it, but
I mean, just never get that. Like, just put it in there
It's
so we can
fine.
leave it, so we don't have to carry it around.
let's consider our options after we know the room is clear.
Sure.
So we'll do Thyra first, the monarch next, and Lakian. You'll be up
Yep.
there with her, I assume.
Yep.
We'll do same marching order. Fuck it, why not? So Kyphin's down here. Wade, Free and Duel. Okay. You guys trek along. And as you get closer to where the orb is, you begin to see kind of a familiar sight. It is sat on this pedestal of chain-worked iron. It looks almost as if it's tethered there, but the chain design of the metal is like thick and very, very hearty and stationary there, with this kind of base, wide platform, and the orb itself has two spinning metallic rings around it.
Is it similar to the chains that we either saw in the pit or on the orb in Erenroot?
It is identical to the ones that you saw in the pit.
Those are the same kind of chains I saw down in the pit in Gasari.
Oh, fun. That's great. Wonderful.
Wade,
Mm-hmm.
as you... I can't move her token, why? As you get towards about the center of the room, going along, you guys aren't being particularly quiet, and you kind of feel something or sense something behind you. Something just drift, and it's kind of just resting behind you and Kyphine.
We're not alone. I think something's over my shoulder. Free.
Free will turn around to him.
The rest
Yep,
of you
same.
turn and look, and you see behind Wade this mass of grinning, sharp teeth underneath a large kind of almost reptilian eye. The creature itself is floating
Fucking knew it.
and spherical,
Oh,
and
no.
has a number of other appendages that just float, kind of
No.
drifting lazily around it, that each end in their own individual eye. Wade, you're kind of just standing there, and the rest of
God
you
damn
watch
it.
as what you now realize to be a beholder, and just
Uh-huh.
Oh.
grins down at Wade
Yeah. Yeah.
and begins to open its mouth wide. I'd like everyone to go ahead and roll initiative for me.
No.
Yeah, that's a bit scary.
I don't
That's
want
not
to.
good.
Can I not?
No, you have to. It's law.
Damn
Sorry.
it.
It's a law. 15.
It's fine. I rolled a 24. It's fine.
Yeah, but I'm the one right next to it.
I know.
You're not the one on. Who's underneath of that? Is it the. Oh, that's a bard girl.
Yeah, it's Kyphine. She should be next to Wade, but I can't move her token, so I'm gonna have to make a new one.
Sure.
Can't
She
move my token.
did not do well on initiative. I'm just gonna do duel and the monarch in Roll20 because fuck it, why not?
While we're doing this, Equa, what would any of us know about beholders?
Well, we'll see. So Duel got a 6, and the monarch got a 1.
Oof.
And now for the beholder.
What did the beholder get?
Holy shit, Neo.
I suppose we'll find out.
Okay. God damn, Neo. Fuck.
Second here. Okay, great. So 25 to 20.
24.
24 for Lakian. Great.
Yeah.
Kill me with my favorite monster.
I said I wanted to use this to you.
That's the best way to go, honestly.
20 to
Gonna die.
15?
17.
15.
16.
Free got a 17.
Damn.
So far we're F it.
Yeah.
Fire, what's your dex mod?
What? He's like, first.
+2.
What's the score on it?
14.
Roll d20 for me.
The beholder got a
14.
Oh, God.
The beholder's either gonna go before or after me.
Uh-huh.
So on Wade, what'd you get?
9.
What's your dex?
My dex is a 16.
Roll a bloody d20 for me.
God damn it.
Fun. 7.
Okay. So, top of the round. Alakian, you're up.
Fuck. Can't really do much. I'm going to turn and shoot an arrow at the beholder.
Sure, go ahead and roll up an attack.
I can do that. That is a natural 1.
Oh
What
no.
arrow were you using against this thing?
A regular arrow.
Okay, you go ahead and knock the bow and just... And in your sudden, I guess, surprise, and also innate fear of this thing looking down at not just you, but on your friend who is
Everyone.
possibly about to get his head bitten off, you just fumble the roll and the arrow just scrapes off of the stonework somewhere. Unsure of where it landed.
Cool. Okay, bonus action. I am going to cast Shield of Faith onto Wade. He has a +2 to his AC.
You go ahead and attempt to cast the spell, and it fizzles.
Okay, that's what I figured, but I wanted to try it just to make sure. And then I'm going to look to the Monarch and just be like, toss me the ball because I can get there faster. And then that's my turn.
Make a persuasion check with disadvantage.
I will do that. First roll is a 22. Second roll is a 20. Dirty.
Cool. That's your turn. Following a Lakian, on initiative count 20, is a lair action.
Lovely.
Everyone in the area. Yeah. You all watch as an area of about 50 feet around you, the floor seems to spout this kind of nasty ichor. You've seen it before, upstairs. It's
God
about
damn it.
that distance, I'll say. And that area is considered difficult terrain. And that's it.
Oh, well, that's
Next up.
Is it dim light in here, Equa?
It is dim light. There are brief torches
Wait.
on the sides of the pillars, but it's dim. So you can
Okay.
see what's going on. Following that, Thyra and Lakian, you hear something behind you. These two other orb-like things, but they are different in a way. They also have these like bright central eyes, but their tentacles are long and wispy, and their coloration is kind of pale and devoid of any significant color. This one comes down here, and this one comes down here, and they're going to move towards each of you. A speed of 30. This one's going to get right up to Thyra, and this one's going to get right up to Lakian. And they're going to make each of their attacks on you. So, first one towards Thyra. That's a 21 to hit.
Yep.
You take 17 points of piercing damage, and you are considered grappled. The one against you, Alakian, is going to attack you for a 16 to hit.
Just hits. Fucking destroyed my armor. God damn it.
You take 14 points of piercing damage.
Yep.
And you are grappled.
Yep.
And that is their turn. So, next in initiative, Free, you're up.
Okay. She doesn't like being near this thing. Oh god, but Wade's there. But she's gonna move her 15 feet this way to get out of the ichor. And then I don't really have much because my spells are so low at the moment. Vicious Mockery for now.
On the Beholder?
Yeah.
Great, so that's a Wisdom save, right?
Wisdom save.
That's an 11.
That fails. 5 psychic damage.
Yay.
Right.
Damage!
Then bonus action, she'll just play a few notes on her flute for bardic inspiration for Wade, so you can get the heck out of there.
Great. So Wade, you take your inspiration from that.
Sweet.
And that's the priest's turn. Isabel, you're up.
I'm gonna look at the monarch and say, and point at Alakian and Dara and say, how do those two? I'm 15 feet right here. So I put myself between Holder and Free, because we need Free to stay alive. And I'm going to attack the Beholder
Sure.
with my longsword.
Right, roll your attack.
Sorry, so let me pull up my attack. 18 to hit.
18 hits.
Beautiful. I will say one-handed. And I will add. I'll also add a. Fuck it! I want to say dead. I'm gonna add a third level smite to it.
Okay.
So that is 9 damage from the attack, and then just check my smite. So that is 3d8 extra. Nope, sorry. No, that is. Oh, my bad. That is actually 48. 48 damage. So an extra 19 damage.
19 points of damage. Oof.
So 28 damage. And then because I said one-handed, can I punch them with an offhand attack?
Sure, I'll allow that.
Yay! I ask that every time. That is a 25 to hit.
25 hits.
And I will add just a normal smite, just 2d8 on that one. So that is 6 damage from the punch.
Okay.
And then an additional 7 damage.
Can you smite twice on a turn?
It's free action.
Great, awesome. Yeah, this
That's
thing
fucking OP.
it takes some hits from you as you carve the longsword, and as you do, bringing it around and slashing it across, like just underneath where one of the flailing limbs is, you see the streak of burning fire, which hits. As it sears into it, it kind of shrieks out in pain in this kind of inhumane, high-pitched, guttural roar, and then turns to you. Anything else on your turn, Isabel?
Nothing else, I don't think.
Great. It's the
I'm gonna
Beholder's
disintegrate
turn.
it. I'm gonna disintegrate it.
Yay. Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
So, start of its turn.
Equa's thinking that's dangerous.
It's going to... This is the best part about this, you guys. Whatever you take isn't my fault because it's random. It's going to shoot 2 of its eye rays at Isabel and 1 at Free.
Yay.
So,
Oh no.
first one at you, Isabel. Make a dexterity saving throw for me.
Oh no.
That's a bad one.
That's a bad one.
Yup. That is a bad one.
Nice.
Natural 20.
Oh,
Natural
oh,
20.
oh.
One of the eyes, and this kind of black beam just starts to coalesce and hits the ground next to you, leaving this kind of indentation of about
Yep.
3 inches and blackening the area.
Yep. Let's get disintegrated.
No, that was the death ray.
Oh.
The next one at you, Isabel. Make a Constitution saving throw.
That's the disintegration.
This is the disintegration.
21.
21. You succeed, but still take damage.
That's fine.
I'm gonna roll it in roll 20.
It's probably easier.
You
Holy
take
shit.
19 points of
Christ.
necrotic damage.
Oh, right. Thank God.
As you feel this other very, very dark ray impact you in the center of the chest, and your life force begins to wither and drain. 3. Yours.
Mm-hmm.
Make a Constitution saving throw for me.
Oh, fuck my life. 21!
Oh.
Yeah! 21 is the number of the night!
This one turns to you, and a faint yellow begins to just streak past you, hitting you dead in the shoulder, and it kind of crackles for a second,
Oh,
and you
petrification.
feel it attempt to take hold of you, but you just shake it off, and there is no effect.
Oh, good.
Equal.
And
Why?
it is going to stay where it is.
Never mind. I'll ask my
It's
turn.
Thyra's turn. Thyra, what are you doing?
So Thyra looks at the orb, looks at this thing that just attacked her, and at the beholder, and she looks very torn. So probably Elakian and the Monarch can see that she's having. Usually, when it comes to like combat, she's ready to just hit something. But she growls at the spectator, the white albino mind flayer beholder thing in front of her, and growls at it. She takes out the gem that Free gave her and crushes it between her hands. And it is a conjure elemental, so an earth elemental is going to appear. Oh, that's not the right. Right here between Wade and Izzy.
Great. You go ahead and pull out the gem, and you crush it, and it crumbles into lots of little yellow pieces and falls to the floor, and nothing shows up.
You're in the... Wait.
You put it directly in front of the beholder.
Oh, I put it right in the anti-magic
Right.
cone.
It was looking at Izzy and Free, but I guess that could have just been the eye stalks were looking
Well-
that way. That makes sense.
She's not even going to register that. Her
Yeah.
eyes are going to start swirling, and she's going to bonus action rage.
You bonus action rage. And that's your turn.
That's my turn.
It's now Kyphine's go. Kyphine's got some things to do here. Kyphine begins to cast a spell on herself, and as she goes and finishes it, it fizzles, and she curses very hard. and then is going to run
What happened?
her, since she's difficult terrain, she's going to run 15 feet out and provoke attack of opportunity. As you say that way, she says, I can't cast magic!
Sounds like a personal problem.
This way.
As the fight goes out, that surprisingly misses. It rolled really bad on that. She's really good at avoiding shit, and it really pisses me off, because I kind of
Good.
want her to get hit.
No, fuck it.
She runs, and the beholder goes and tries to bite. It's like looking at a great white shark
think
face to
what-
face.
I think Equa just has a thing against bards.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
does.
I think he
That's not
He's
it.
showing his hand.
Next campaign roll bards.
That's
She's gonna
okay.
use
He's
her-
playing a bard on
She's going to use
Sundays.
her bonus action to inspire. She uses her bonus action to inspire Thyra.
The D10.
That's D10. Yep. By storming the harp, and that's her turn. At the end of her turn, Isabel, the eye turns to you again. Make a Constitution saving throw.
I hate this. 18.
18. You succeed. Ah, look at that. You take 17 points of necrotic damage as the same eye from before sparks out another jet black beam, and your life force is being sapped further and further. That's Kyphin's turn. Wade, you're up.
I mean, since I don't know what's going on yet, I think the first thing I do is I kind of turn around to look at the beholder and blast a firebolt in its face.
You go ahead and conjure the firebolt, and it comes to your hand and then leaves. No effect.
Shit. Start smacking my hand. Not sure exactly why, but probably starting to piece it together a little bit. And then I do like a dodge roll over this way.
Sure.
And I'll move further back down, and then I'm gonna like bless up to the raven and say, "Okay, Mama Bird, some of us in your flock need a little your help here," and then I'd like to use a sorcery point to make this a bonus action to cast Bless on myself, Free, and Duel.
Okay. You go ahead and attempt to focus and hold out the bless, and it takes form on you and Free.
But not Duel.
You
Okay.
and Free are blessed, but not dual. So I'll
Thank
hold out
you.
a heart for you and Free since you're so in love.
Aw. It should be a broken heart.
At the end of your turn, Wade, the beholder kind of scowls at you. One of the eyes turns in your general direction. I would like for you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okie dokie.
Oh no.
No. Oh, no.
Oh yeah. 8. But I would like to use my bardic inspiration. I don't think it'll be enough. It's a D8 still, or
You try and use your bardic inspiration, and it doesn't take.
okay.
It's a
Okay.
magical effect. Does not take.
Copy
So you, Wade, are struck with this kind of nasty orange ray
that. Oh wait.
that comes out of the eye and palms you dead in the forehead as you feel your eyes cloud over and you are frightened.
Oh, they got
Would I
One of the better
still
ones.
got my 4? I don't know.
Oh,
At the end of Wade's turn, it's Duel's go. Duel is a smart guy, and he's going to move his 15 feet. He's going to move 10 feet right there. He's going to try and hit the beholder with a hold monster.
Before we go too far, so would my bless have not worked on that saving throw?
They would have. Yeah.
Would an 11 have mattered?
No.
Okay.
It's a good shout, though. So he's going to burn a 5th level and try and hold monster on the beholder, which means it has to make a wisdom saving throw. Does not take.
Damn.
And Duel is going to use the rest of his movement to get 5 feet back. That's Duel's turn. So now the Monarchs go. The Monarch is going to run up to Thyra, and it's going to swing at the white thing. Which is 2 attacks.
The albino beholder.
Yep. First one definitely hits. That's cocked. And the second one definitely hits. So I'm going to roll them both here. Ooh, big damage from Monarch. 19 on that. Great. As he hits it, Thyra, you watch as he slashes into the creature, and these tears open, and from it, this feeling of lightning just shatters out, and it hits both you and him twice. You take... That's not bad. 3 points of lightning damage total.
Is that halved?
Because you're raging, yes. So back to 1.
Okay.
And that is his turn. Yep, that's his turn. So, next up, Alakian. Top of the round, you're up.
What did you say we have? Are we? You said we're restrained, or
You're
what are we-
grappled, so your movement is
Grappled?
0.
Okay, but I can still attack and shit. Cool. Fuck it. I've still got my bow out. I'm gonna turn to the one that is holding Thyra. That's holding Thyra. And I'm gonna try to hit it with a longbow shot.
Great, go ahead and roll your attack.
Hey, that's a 25 to hit.
That hits.
That is 11 points of piercing damage. And
Great.
then sneak attack, I get another 12 on top of that. And then I'm
Awesome.
going to use my Whales from the Grave to hit the one next to me
Mm-hmm.
with another 7 points of necrotic damage.
You go ahead and attempt to use your words from the grave, and nothing happens.
Throw a shot. I thought
It's
it might have
worth
been
a
out of range.
It is worth a shot. At the end of your turn, Alakian. Free. One more eye. Turns to you. I'd like for you to make a dexterity saving throw.
I have inspiration. Does that let me reroll?
Who'd you get inspiration from?
You.
Mhm.
You tried to give it to me twice since then,
Yes,
too. I
you
haven't
can.
used it.
You can reroll.
Okay.
Well, I thought
Oh, fuck.
But that would
Nice.
technically just be an 11 anyway. So
it would have just given you advantage, anyways.
yeah,
That's
it
what
would have been an
inspiration-
11 anyway. So keep your inspiration.
What?
At it.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not that bad. You free. Feel your body start
You
to.
do get a D4 as well, by the way.
Oh, fudge.
You can add it if you want.
Would it matter?
It didn't with that roll. You feel your body start to become heavy
Oh,
and kind of sluggish. You are slowed. Your speed is
Lovely.
halved. You can't take reactions, and you can take an action or a bonus action.
Okay.
And that's the end of Alakian's turn.
so worse options.
Yes.
On my turn, I wanted to do one quick thing. I'm
Okay.
assuming my cloak it does not have magic. Does not look like it has magic currently, correct? Because I'm in the beholder's gaze.
It's hard to say.
It doesn't look any different.
It
Okay.
doesn't look any different.
Okay,
So,
that's it.
end of that turn. It's the white one's turn. I would like both Thyron and Alakian to make a Constitution saving throw.
Theoretically, I should be good at these.
Dirty
14.
20.
So Alakian succeeds. Thyra does not. So Thyra, you take 24 points of lightning damage, reduced to 12, as you feel the one on you begin to almost like suck into you from the tentacles, and you see these small bulbs just straight up the tentacle, and it seems to regain some hit points. So, right. That's their turn. Now it's the lair action. Technically it's the same time, but it's whatever. On the lair action... Wait.
Yeah.
You in your frightened state are beginning to run from this thing, and you see on the wall to your left, over here, one of the eyes just... and is going to shoot a ray at Duel.
One of the what?
One of the eyes appears to come out from the wall
Okay.
and shoots a ray at Duel. He's going to make a wisdom save. And succeeds.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, he succeeds, just. Nothing happens to him. End of that. Free! It's your go! Izzy, you're on deck.
Okay, so I'm at a quarter speed in here, so I can move like 1 block. Technically 1.5.
Yeah, you can move 1. Actually, the thing is gone, so you can move 15 feet.
Okay. So then before she disappears, well, not disappears, moves behind the pillar, she will... I guess throw another vicious mockery at it for now.
Great. That's, what's it called?
Wisdom.
It fails.
Okay, 6.
Great.
And
You
she's
deal
trying to
6 points of psychic damage to it.
kind of put herself behind, I'm assuming this is a pillar.
Yeah, it is.
Not totally out of its sight right now, but that's where she's headed.
Awesome. Great, so,
Well done.
Izzy, you're up.
Cool. I am going to move. Let's see. I'll move right here. 10 feet down. Bonus action. Cast bonus action. Thunderous Smite.
Sure.
Then I'm going to try to hit it with my sword.
Great, roll an attack.
Beautiful. So let me just mark off spell. Actions. 19.
Hits.
Beautiful. And then this will be two-handed because I use a bonus action, so might as well get the full D10.
Mhm.
Oh, there we go. Sorry, that was weird. It didn't go on roll 20. That is 7 damage plus an additional 2d6. And then, fuck it, I'll add on another 3rd level for another 5d8. 48, sorry.
Sure.
That's 2d6, so that's additional, so that's 14 damage.
Yep.
Plus additional 13.
Yeah, this thing is
Makes
starting
sense.
to look a little rough.
Cool, and I need it to make a strength saving throw as well.
It rolled
DC 17.
not great, so it's going to use legendary resistance to succeed.
Fantastic. There was my fucking plan. I'm gonna run behind this fucking pillar, and I'm gonna take attack opportunity.
Great. You would if it had one, but it doesn't.
Sweet, I'm gonna run behind this thing, because I'm 2 hits. I'm hurting. I'm gonna run behind the pillar and be like, hey, free!
Awesome.
So yeah, when I hit that sword, not only did it explode in fire, it's also like a thunderous, explosion.
Yeah, you go ahead and cake the blade in what appears to be this kind of bluish lightning, and as you swing it around, there is a large crackle and a sound of boom as you hit the thing, and it takes damage. Okay. That's your turn, Isabel. It's the Beholder's turn. The Beholder doesn't really see the 3 at the top as a threat right now.
Sorry, dual lady whose name I can never remember, and Wade.
I mean,
I can, yeah. But I am...
So, the Beholder's going to move to right there.
Wade, do you have more
I,
cast? You can cast a spell at it.
I can't cast a spell, but if Equa allows me, can I take a dagger swing at it?
You can.
At disadvantage because I'm frightened, but might as well try. So with pause dagger, I just quickly go for like a stab into it. I've literally never used this, so I don't think it's on my character sheet.
Just roll straight
do a
dagger
dagger attack.
Yeah.
So that's slash roll 1d20 plus it would be Dex. I'm proficient with dagger.
Dex
Probably
and
plus
yeah.
7.
Dex
Dex
and
and force
proficiency.
So proficiency.
Dex or strength.
4. And then let me roll again for disadvantage. So 11.
Swing and a
Don't
miss.
forget to add D4 for bless.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Zero.
plus the 1d4. I don't think it's... Yeah, it won't matter. 12.
Curiously enough, Wade,
Mhm.
as you go ahead and swing and you feel like you should be blessed, you are now no longer blessed.
Oh shit.
He's
So,
looking that way now.
since you're all there, it's going to throw 3 rays, one at the Monarch, one at Thyra, one at Lakium. First one at the Monarch is... I'll cock my fucking thing. He fails. The second one on Thyra. Thyra, I'd like you to make a dex save. You are grappled, if that isn't anything.
It makes
I
it
believe
flat.
it
I think.
does.
Let's
Nope.
see.
Does not doesn't do anything. You're just grappled.
Okay, so I get it with advantage because
Yeah, you can see it.
It's 15. It's probably
15.
gonna miss. It's gonna fail.
You feel your body start to become lethargic in much the same way that freezes. And Alakian, make a dex save.
For one thing, man.
The 25.
Yeah, that's your one thing.
This one, the eye turns to you, and this green ray starts to shrink out of the eye and send directly to you. As it passes you, it just carves a hole straight through the floor, and you cannot see the end of it.
Nice.
That's the Beholder's turn. Thyra, you're up.
So glad that missed.
Yeah, so I'm raging, so my eyes are swirling a purple ember color, and they start to develop little breaks in them, almost like ice shards. But before I describe this, I'm going to attempt to become overtaken as my bonus action. But if it doesn't work, I'm not going to describe it.
You try and bring Cull forth from the back of your mind to aid in this fight, and you feel the parasite begin to take over. You are overtaken.
Yeah, so what they'll see is like her eyes first start to break into like flakes. So they're still swirling ember and purple, but like ice in her eyes. And then the mist start coming out of her ears and to form this ice crown above her head. And she gets a good 1.5 feet bigger. And then I'm going to take my claw and bite attack at the one who's got me.
Go for it.
That's a 13. I don't think will hit.
Does
and
not
an
hit.
11. So that neither of them will hit.
Neither of them hit. This is the first time that you have done this, as you feel Cull become the primary presence in your body. Still having some control, but not much. As you try and work out the symbioticness of your attacks, you aren't quite hitting. It's an odd sensation.
Hold on, wait. Hold on. I haven't raged in a while. Let me read up on that. Oh, okay. It's strength checks. I just wanted to make sure.
At that point, Thyra, another eye begins to turn to your direction. Make a wisdom saving throw.
I'm attacking them. Never mind.
10.
A 10. Cull begins to shrink, and a familiar sensation to what Izzy would feel if Chaos were to fall asleep. But because it's Cull, you're fine. There you go. So, that's Thyra's turn. It's now Kyphine's go. Kyphine, getting her movement back, is going to sprint 30 feet away. And she's going to cast Polymorph on the one that's got you, Thyra. That's a good roll, but no digs. As the one that is in front of you and is clutching onto you for dear life suddenly shifts into a much more harmless form. She's going to turn into a sloth.
It's gonna
Again,
fall asleep.
I didn't have a sloth because I didn't think I was going to do this. So it's not a sloth; it's a goat for now, but it's a sloth.
Sleep.
And you guys lose the grapple on, and you are free to move. She's concentrating on that. Wade, it's your turn.
Okay. Wade goes, screw this, screw this, screw this, and starts running this way, kind of to be able to duck behind the pillar, almost between, them. And then he's gonna drop a fireball right behind it.
Great. You go ahead and cast the fireball and throw it out, and nothing comes.
I guess technically, does that count as moving closer now that I think about it? That technically, I don't know.
It doesn't. I don't think it moves any closer. No.
Also, I am a little confused how this thing can be looking at everybody at the same time.
Where
it has
What's
360-degree vision because it's got like 13 eyes.
But no, it's
Its central eye. Its central eye is looking pretty much dead or free.
okay.
That's I think where everybody was confused.
It doesn't objectively show where the anti-magic cone is.
Yeah, no.
But it,
fine.
I
just feel like it's been shifting around a lot.
It has.
Yeah. But yeah, what is your ruling on the movement? Because I just realized, I don't remember where I was. I think I was here. I think technically that counts as moving closer.
I think you were right there instead.
Yeah, do you think
you're one above?
He was right. No,
so
he was
that's
right here.
moving away, right? I don't fucking know.
So yeah, move where you want to move.
Okay. Yeah, that's where I moved, so. Move there. And then, yeah, I attempt to cast Fireball, doesn't go through. And then I'm like, shit. That's it.
Okay, that's your turn. At the end of your turn, Wade. Kyphine's really lucky because it can't see her behind the pillar. It's gonna throw another ray out at Alakian. Alakian, make for me a dexterity saving throw.
18.
You're fine. Next is Duel. Duel's gonna run
Fuck him up, Duel. Fuck him up.
right here. And he's gonna cast Polymorph on the other one.
Yes. Please succeed. I want to kill this fucking beholder, please.
That one does not succeed. He rolls really shitty against other things. That one stays as it is. Now it's the Monarch's turn. The Monarch is going to run up and it's going to swipe twice. On the one next to you. It's a hit. And a miss. So, Alakian, both you and him take 5 points of lightning damage.
Mm-hmm.
As this other creature takes a significant chunk, but is still standing.
Okay.
Okay, great. That's the Monarch's turn. Alakian, you're up.
Okay. It's an action to break out the grapple, isn't it? I'm assuming.
Yes.
I will attempt to break the grapple.
Make a strength check.
17.
You manage to wrinkle your way out of the tentacles and throw them off you. Thankfully.
Bonus action, engage.
Sure.
And I'm going to 1, 2, 3, 6. That's 30. Yeah, that's 30 feet there.
Mm.
And I'm going to end my turn there. That is my turn.
Great. The one next to Duel is going to attempt to wrap its tentacles around him with success.
What do you mean the one next to Duel?
The big
You mean
white
the
one.
Monarch? You mean the Monarch?
Sorry, the one next to, yes, the Monarch. You're right.
All orcs look the same, Equa.
There's a lot for me to focus on, you guys.
I know, that's why I asked.
Okay. And he's now grappled.
I'm okay with that.
Actually, following your turn, Lakian,
Ken.
the Beholder's going to use its last of its eye rays, and it's going to focus. It's angry at Thyra because Thyra did not succumb to what it thought it would. So, Thyra, dexterity saving throw for me.
This isn't gonna go well. 10.
You feel this sickly grey ray come out of the eye and begin to impact you, and it kind of hits in the top of your thigh. And as you look down, that section of your thigh is beginning to crack and become harder. You are restrained. And we'll see how you get on next time you have turn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Layer
enjoy
effect.
that.
I know what's happening.
Yup.
We all do.
Awesome.
On layer effect,
Yeah, we do.
the walls around you all begin to sprout these appendages and tentacles. No one's next to a wall, so you're all good. That's turn. Free, you're up. Is you're on deck.
Okay, I have a question.
Yes.
When it used its slow beam again on Thyra, did it drop concentration on freeze? Is that how these work, or do they not?
Curiously enough, now that it's shifted its gaze towards you, you don't feel quite as lethargic.
Cool. And she's gonna book it, but not close enough to the wall to those tentacle things that sprouted out.
Yep.
And then she'll bugger, I don't really have much. She'll try casting Shatter on it.
Great. That's a con save.
Yes.
It got a 22.
It saves, so half damage at 5.
5 damage. This thing's starting to look a little rough. You are definitely wearing it down.
I would have not been feared anymore, because at the end of each of my turns, I get to remake the save. Call
That's true.
correctly.
Oh,
So
is
yeah,
that-
so
is
you
that-
are not feared anymore.
Thank God.
Do you want to take that nat 20 or that nat 20, Griz?
Yeah, what do you want to
Right?
take, buddy?
That's a
You
kind of a
It's
shitty
Tommy
thing to
rules,
get-
so it's 42.
Yeah, it's kind of a shitty thing to get a nat 20 on, but, you know, we'll take it.
You're not afraid. Worth it.
Okay, Free, anything else you want to do on your turn?
No.
Awesome. Izzy, you're up.
Sweet. I'll call it ceilings here.
The ceiling, you cannot see the top of it.
Fuck. Okay, so that spell would be useless. Is looking at me or is it looking?
It's looking somewhat in your direction.
Okay. Actually, can I roll an intelligence check to see if I figure out how the eye works? Because I don't want to assume that I know.
Sure.
Thank you. Oops. 19.
You get the sense it's affecting an area in a cone.
Okay.
You're in the cone. You're not exactly sure where the boundaries are, but it's coming from the beholder and it's looking vaguely your direction.
Sweet. It's all I need. I'm gonna go over here. I'll assume I am out of that cone. Actually, Yeah. In the meantime, I'm just going to attack it.
Go for it. Roll your attack.
That's what I'm going to do. Yeah. 19 again.
19 hits.
Yeah. I'll do two-handed, and I'll use my last spell. For some reason, the damage isn't going on roll 20, which is confusing. 11 damage, and then I'll do my last spell, so 2d8 extra, additional 13, so 24 altogether.
As you plunge your sword in and sort of twist, you see one of the stalks on the eye kind of like pop out a little bit, and that one eye goes a little limp for a second as you're sprayed with this nasty, kind of warm, vile blood.
Gross.
Hit it.
Oh, great.
Right.
And that's all I got for right now.
Is that an eye that particularly looked like it was like one specific ray came out of?
Hard to tell.
Okay.
Fair enough. I assume that's what it means, but
It's gonna move around you, Isabel.
fuck.
And I'll say right now, it's looking at you.
Right.
So, it's going to throw out another 3 rays. The first is going to go... It can just see Alakian just about. around the
No,
corner.
no, it can't.
One of them's
no,
going to go
can't,
to
no.
you, one of them's going to go to Duel, and one's going to go to the Monarch. So yours, Alakian, I'd like you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Juan, you're okay at this, I think. I don't know your stats.
22.
You're fine.
You're fine. One on Duel. He's getting that one. He's fine. And the one on the Monarch. He's not great. He got a natural 20 on his thing.
Oh god.
That was the death rate. So,
Oh, sh-
they all are
Fucking
fine.
hell.
Everyone succeeds on their saves right there.
We can bring someone back from the dead, don't worry.
Not if they're a pile of dust.
I was gonna say,
Shut up, we can bring someone back from the dead, don't worry.
So, that's the Beholder's turn. Thyra,
mhm.
you're restrained.
Yep.
What would you like to do?
I am first going to, because I'm still raging because I did attack the last one.
Mhm.
The last round. I am going to let out this very loud, intimidating roar in my head at Cole. And as I'm doing that, I'm gonna throw my axe at the albino beholder.
Yeah, go ahead and roll an attack.
19.
19 hits.
So that's 9 damage.
Sure, 9 points of damage.
And as my bonus action, I'm gonna attempt to call it back to me. I don't know if
Okay.
that's a magical effect or what. But
So, are you
She's
attempting
looking at
to
me.
again be re-overtaken? Is that what you're trying to
no,
do?
I'm using my bonus action to call my axe back to me.
Oh, got you. Go ahead and hold out your hand. And the magic of the axe is still there. As it whoosh, and you catch it there. At the end of your turn, Thyra, make a dexterity
Mhm.
saving throw.
This is better. 14.
It's not at advantage this time because you cannot see the effect coming towards you.
14.
The rest of you watch as Thyra, pulling the axe back and getting ready to attack again, freezes. That's Thyra's turn. It's now Kyphine's go. Kyphine. She is. Yeah, she's getting tired of this. She's going to walk around and she's going to point behind the beholder and she's going to burn a 5th level to cast Synaptic Static towards it.
the fuck is that?
It has to make
Tasha's
an intelligence save. Just
one
really
of the new
good.
Tasha's ones.
It's fine. Doesn't take. So I think it takes half damage. Yes, it does. So it takes 86. After that, 16. Beholder. Great. That is Kyphine's go. Following Kyphine, Wade, you're up.
I think Wade is gonna run this way. And try again to drop a fireball right here. Hopefully encompassing the 2.
Okay. You are just out of the cone.
Shit.
It's gonna make a dex save. It rolled pretty well on that. That's a 19.
It passes, yep. So it takes half. 32.
Half of 32, which is 16. Yeah, it too is looking rough. It's kind of like beginning to sag a little bit in its approach. At the end of your turn, Wade, one of the eyes comes out and turns to you again. Make a strength save.
Cool. You said that it looked. You said it looked weak.
Yeah, look, it's starting to look pretty weak.
Cool. I'm gonna. That wasn't the end of my turn yet, so.
Oh, great.
I would like to have used sorcery points to bonus action and just throw a firebolt at it.
You can absolutely do that. Yeah, go ahead and roll an attack.
12, yeah. Well, I
It's
gotta.
not hit.
Does my bless come back once I'm out of the anti-cone?
Unfortunately, it does not.
Oh, that's weird. Okay.
Spell the effect altogether.
Yeah.
So,
So make a strength save for me, Wade.
Okie dokes. 11.
11.
I would like to
You
use
feel-
my bardic inspiration. Oh no, I don't use it. I don't have it anymore, right? From free.
No. Do you have a thing as your subclass that you can add 2d4 to a save?
Let me check. Double check. I think that would cost. I think that would use.
I believe it's called Favor from the Gods.
Yes. Once per short rest, saving throw attack roll. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't like an action or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll use that.
Okay. Go ahead and add 2d4.
6.
6 for a total of 17. You start to feel yourself almost tighten up and begin to raise off the ground. But that favor from the Raven Queen takes hold in you once more, and you manage to shrug off the effect and land back on your feet,
Alright. Cool.
which is great.
Now that's the end of my turn.
So yeah. Following Wade, Duel and the Monarch. Duel's going to try and polymorph the other one again. He's getting really pissed off at it. It fails, so it is now
Yay!
also a sloth.
both.
You mean a goat? Oh
A
my
goat
god, it's
sloth.
Daniel!
Yeah, it's a
We
goat
found
as well.
Daniel!
There you go. Following that, the monarch's just going to run up and try and take 2 swings at the beholder. The first one hits. The second one misses. So, I don't care about whatever. Ooh, he got a big hit on that one.
Damn.
It's just the first one. It's not the second one.
Yeah.
12. Yeah, this thing is starting to look real weak at this point.
Okay.
Following that turn, it's going to shoot a beam out at the monarch.
Being raided? Yeah! Fight a
Alright.
beholder, y'all.
Which
It's
is
going
ooh,
pretty okay.
great. It sends out a ray towards the monarch of kind of this strange but warm yellowish green light, and as he's swinging at it, he sort of begins to come lax and stop there. Top of the round, Alakian, you're up.
Sneak attack
I can
on
see
this.
the beholder from where I'm at, right?
You can.
Okay. Would I have disadvantage if I tried to attack it?
You wouldn't have disadvantage.
Okay. Would it have cover? Is what I meant to ask.
You could move around and avoid the cover. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'll do that then. Wherever I need to move to. And I will Shoot longbow at it again.
Go ahead and roll for your attack.
The 13 hit.
13 does not hit. The arrow just goes wide. Shatters across the stonework somewhere behind. Actually, Wade, you're kind of like standing there and think about your next move, and suddenly an arrow hits right next to your head.
Okay. Yeah, that is my turn then.
Great.
Actually, I take it back. I'm going to move behind this pillar to hopefully break line of sight from the beholder.
Sure thing. Free, it's your go.
Okay.
Fireball, fireball.
She saw Wade's magic working from over there, so she's gonna go this way because things have been going wonky. What would be her best option? Dissonant Whispers, Wisdom save.
It succeeds.
So half damage.
Half damage.
9 or 10. I don't know
9
what she rolled.
damage. Yeah, it's still standing, but as you release the string of arcane words, you feel it take hold, and the beholder kind of like shakes its head a little bit, shaking off the psychic influence. And it's looking everywhere, but now you feel it looking at you.
Oh, that's her turn.
At the end of your turn, Free, it's going to use its last eye ray on you. Make a dexterity saving throw for me.
Oh boy. 19.
19. You succeed. As a familiar sickly green ray impacts in the stone behind you and carves a very, very deep but precise hole into the stonework.
I don't like this thing.
Okay, Isabel, you're up.
Sweet. Fuck it. I am going to. Well, I don't have any more magic, so I'm gonna move actually over here, so I get advantage against this fucking thing. I'm going
Sure.
to attack with my sword.
Go for it.
First one is a 25. Then advantage 26, so
it
slightly
hits.
higher.
Yeah.
Sweet. Then I will do yeah, I'm doing one-handed actually.
Okay.
So that is 12.
The 12. Yep.
Yeah,
Go
then
ahead
I'll
and
punch it.
rake across it, and it carves deep. Go ahead and roll your attack for punch.
21.
21 hits.
So that is an additional 6 damage.
6 damage. You do not kill it. As you punch it square underneath the jaw, you feel the teeth impact the top of the roof of the mouth, and they kind of smash into each other, and you feel a couple teeth become straight through the bottom of the jaw and start dripping blood from underneath the hole that is now being made. But it's still standing.
Right in the eye, like, I must take all your fucking gold.
Awesome. It's now the beholder's turn. I forgot to do that action, but it doesn't matter. It would just be the grease. So that's fine. Okay. At the top of its turn, it moves its cone and is going to shift it. It's now growing very tired of dealing with the 3 on the right. So it's going to send a ray out to each and every one of you. First one is on Wade. I dropped my d10.
Oh no.
Wade, make a dexterity saving throw for me.
Okay. I would like to use my inspiration, not bardic. Regular inspiration.
Yeah, go for it.
Sweet. Please help me out here. 17.
17. You succeed on the disintegration ray.
Sweet.
Holy
3.
shit.
Does it damage him or no?
No.
Yes.
Make a strength save.
Oh my.
I'm gonna build if you damage.
That's a first. 17.
You succeed. Isabel,
Mm-hmm.
make a wisdom saving throw with advantage.
Advantage. Fucking
Use charm
8.
and you're half elf.
Oh my god. 9. But plus 5.
9. You slacken, much in the same way that the monarch did.
Oh, thank god. I can deal with that. I can deal with that.
It's now Kaifi's turn. Kaifine is going to throw out... She's going to throw out a second level shatter to no avail. Wade, you're up.
Okay. I don't think Wade's smart enough to really fully understand about like where the thing goes. Like,
Oh, actually, wait. I'm sorry. At the end of Kaifi's turn, it's going to get another attack on Free.
Damn it.
Free, make a dex save.
27.
You're fine.
No,
Keep going, Wade. Keep going.
At least somebody's rolling well
Its
tonight.
magic is working here, so it shouldn't be on us.
Okay. And then hearing that, Wade will, instead of doing what he was gonna do, he ends up casting another. No, he can't cast fire. He could. No, he might not actually. Yeah, I don't think he'd be able to. He is going to cast Spiritual Weapon. As a bonus action right here.
Go ahead and roll your attack.
Cool. 19.
And to hit, that
I don't know
hits.
why that just cast at 4th level. I must have been.
So roll your damage for second level spiritual weapon.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a bit weird. Let's see.
The plugin isn't perfect. You
12.
can forgive it.
How do you want to do this?
I just call to the Raven Queen, and that portal opens up, and it just swirls right into one of the eye stalks, and just goes right into like what the beholder's brain would be.
Awesome. As you focus on the religious draw of your power, pinpointing the area that you want the portal to appear, you feel the sky above the beholder start to darken and cloud over in this deep black cloud. And from it, this spatial rift begins to tear, and inside of it, this spear comes shooting down like an arrow and just impacts into the stonework beneath. Doesn't go fully through. It sort of stops halfway through as the beholder attempts to turn, but the body doesn't. Still held there on the rod of the spear, and the eye, the central eye, just turns to look back at you, Wade, before it begins to slide down the spear and drip this deep ichor down onto the gold and the stone beneath it. Tongue lolling, dead.
Oh boy. Whew.
First thing Izzy does after this, she's mad, she's hurt. Fucking Cass is hungry for some real meat. She's gonna follow the spear and to kind of rip open the beholder and eat its brain.
I think
Okay,
never mind.
sure.
We've still got
Is
two,
it still
we've still got two
technically
things.
combat because there's goats? Or
Mhm.
sloths?
Sloths.
We'll say for the purposes of this, no. I'm going to keep the initiative in case someone attacks a sloth, but no.
I just consumed the brain. Chaos is hungry. This thing probably has a lot of psychic energy.
You do so, and it takes a little while, but you get there.
What was that thing?
Someone should go throw those sloths off the bridge.
Duel starts walking towards the sloths, and as he does so, he kind of pauses for a second. I think you should come here.
Okay.
Say, I'm assuming Elakian saw what happened to Thyra.
As you all crowd around the form of Thyra,
Meat in the
Sort of.
brain.
walking up to her, you see she is still completely frozen. And the
Except
skin
for her
is
axe.
the skin is dull, colorless, lifeless. And you go ahead and put your hand up to it, and she is now completely turned to stone.
Yup.
And that is where we're going to end tonight's episode.
Mhm.
So, that went better than I thought. You guys didn't die, which is cool. So before we go tonight, as always, be sure to catch Rhyme on Wednesday and find out by the Sunday. See how those 2 sessions go. But we will be back here next Monday to figure out what to do with Thyra. Alright, you guys. Thank you everyone for watching. Thanks for coming out. We appreciate it. Let's keep making stories together, and we'll see you next Monday.